And hello all, welcome back to the Invictus Stream. My name is always Harlan Guthrie, and I am here with my sexy friend David, my sexier friend Justin.
Wait, did you say sexier?
Sexy, I meant sexister, because, you know, he's a little, well, it comes to, and we are back for another Wednesday night extravaganza of fun and frolicking. Thank you all for being here. We are so excited to be here. Every Wednesday, it's like coming home. You smell the fresh baked cookies, you get these awesome donuts laid upon your pillow, and you think to yourself, my God, I am so lucky to have the friends, the kind of friends that allow me to do something like this. So thank you guys for being there with us. We are so lucky. That's Justin and David's lucky face. Now, we have a bit of a surprise for you tonight. We are the glasses half full kind of people here at the Invictus Stream, as many of you might know. You might have noticed that I have a different background right now than I typically do on a Wednesday night. That's because I am on vacation. But we decided to still bring you the content that you come to crave every Wednesday night, and frankly, we still wanted to do it. That being said, most of you are sitting around with your Star Wars t-shirts on, waiting for Star Wars, and we still might be doing it, but a bit of bad luck came our way. Our good friend Chris sent us a quick old texty text, and he let us know that he had a bit of an emergency. Had to take his dad to the emergency room. So unfortunately, because he is so vitally important to the progress of our story, we are currently in a bit of a limbo, a purgatory, as it were. Right, David? You have a lot of experience with purgatory. You're a philosophy major.
Yeah.
Describe to us what purgatory is, besides Delaware.
Limbo.
That's right. It is limbo, and not the kind of limbo that Justin's really good at, which would, of course, be a sexual maneuver.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's where he lays back and she does all the work. But more the type of limbo, the type of purgatory we're talking about where we don't quite know what we're doing just yet. So, that being said, we're about a 50-50 chance right now with continuing on our Star Wars extravaganza storyline. But just in case our poor Christopher can't make it with us tonight, boy, do we have something in store for you cats. That's right. We are going to bring David along with us for the first time to the end of the world. A role-playing game that we know very well, Justin and myself, but David is yet to experience the horror of the zombie horde. Muhahaha. So that being said, because we are in a bit of purgatory, I don't know if it's going to be an 18-plus show. Let's say sure, because I like saying swear words. What kind of swear words do I like saying, David?
Purgatory.
That's true. Or limbo, the sexual maneuver that we're all really aware of. So, we're going to say it's an 18-plus show for the time being, because we don't know what kind of show it's going to be. But, that being said, we are excited. We are raring to go. We are here with you guys to have a little bit of fun. I'm on vacation, so for the first time in forever, I'm drinking Beano, yeah, that's wine, on a Wednesday night with you guys. So it is going to be a hip happening hollerin' parade. But we will still be doing the Star Wars community mission so that you guys who are following the Star Wars campaign will be interested in a little bit of what we're doing. So now that that's out of the way, the normal protocol as follows. We are doing some sort of game tonight. Please, if you're watching this on Facebook, or sorry, if you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and like the video. It makes us feel special. It makes David want to you know, be a better man and touch his eyebrows, and frankly, it just turns me on when David touches his eyebrows, so I can't fault him for that. Oh, did you see that? Full-fingered action. Oh, good thing this is an 18-plus show. Let me just say that. So please go ahead and like the video on YouTube, because it makes us feel real special. Also, if you are a tweeter, if you enjoy the tweeting thing, go ahead and tweet us at at Invictus Stream. And you can also follow us on Instagram and all that kind of bullshit. But most importantly, I want you to follow us on Facebook. We have a group there and a page that you can like. So if you're not a part of that Facebook group, please become a part of that Facebook group because they're the coolest people I probably have ever met. That's right, and that's a big claim because I'm sitting right next to someone who is pretty cool as well, but I'm not giving them the same amount of credit because that's how cool the Facebook group is. So go ahead, join the Facebook group. It's something that's going to make you really happy. That being said, every week we like to reward those of us on the Facebook group with the most valuable post, which would be signified by the sound. The most valuable post this week is brought to you by our man Justin, who enjoys posting himself. That was not a joke, but I wanted to use a sound effect. So I'm going to throw it to Justin real quick, who's going to throw it back to me right after, for the most valuable post. Justin?
All right, so we had a lot of great posts this week, a lot of great vignettes. I'm really looking forward to those being collected. Chris Loritz has said that he's going to collect those vignettes into an actual collection of all of them so that we'll be able to read them all after the Star Wars campaign is over. That being said, the post that I think sparked the most discussion actually happened today, pretty recently, and it was posted by a brand new member, Gerard Michael Pereira. So he was asking how to earn experience points. Well, what better way to earn experience points than to win the most valuable post? So congratulations, Gerard. You're going to be winning our most valuable post this week and earning yourself the experience. Welcome to the Invictus stream.
Well done, buddy. And see, it's that easy. All you have to do is create some sort of questions that's going to engage the community and make us think a little. And let me say, I read your post and I thought, what is the best way to earn experience points? So it was a bit of I was going to say a knee scratcher, but I suppose it's chin scratcher and knee slapper. So it was a chin slapper. So well done. You are most valuable post for this week. Like I said, we are still doing the community missions for Star Wars, so I'm going to throw it over to my man Justin to go about the whole experience that you guys are about to have with Star Wars. So please, Justin, take it away and tell us what we have to do.
All right, Harlan, David, I need you to get your percentile dice out.
Yes, percentile dice this time.
Yes, plenty.
We had a very intense mission this week, and we had a lot of people contribute experience points to influence the mission. So, without further ado, the Mission 2 Breakdown. The Invictus Squadron command ship and squadron come out of hyperdrive above Ebra, only to find themselves staring down an Imperial heavy cruiser. Your pilots immediately take evasive action as the cruiser begins firing in your direction. A squad of TIE fighters swarm from the underbelly of the ship and engage with your X-Wings. Ebra is right below you, and there is a chance you will be able to escape the cruiser if you can find a way to enter the planet's atmosphere on its nocturnal side. And thank you, Harlan, for that.
That's David and Harlan.
Harlan.
We're doing the special.
Mine was much more anticlimactic.
Well, no. See, I just do like this. Whoa!
That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like. Every time the command ship takes a hit from the cruiser, there are some good vibrations.
I mean,
all right, so first task was the bureaucratic task. So if you are a diplomat or a commander, then this was your task. We don't have any shout-outs for this group, so we're just going to jump right into it. Your task was to take command. Blow your nose.
Sorry.
Order your crew and fighters in a cool and disciplined demeanor to maximize their efficiency in this crisis. So, David.
Yes.
I am going to ask you to roll a percentile dice, and we are trying to bait a DC of 40.
Okay.
But you get to add 7. All right, so Harlan, are you on the drum roll? He's not on the drum roll. He's not on the drum roll.
I'm eating a donut.
He's
I'm
eating a
sorry.
donut.
Do you want me to just roll?
I want you to roll right.
No! I think.
Oh no! Oh no! All right, so
Oh, let everyone
uh,
down.
that is 17, and our commander actually has some experience points pooled or docked to spend in this situation. But even with that 15 experience points, it will not be enough to bump it above 40. So, unfortunately, Commander Trask's voice booms over the PA system, but there's just too much chaos. People are frantic, and everybody is just a little too scared to listen to his orders. So, the overwhelming
What?
overwhelming stress of encountering their first Imperial cruiser so soon has sent the crew into chaos, making it difficult to have most commands heard or followed. So, that means, because it was a failure, we have a -10 to the overall mission roll. Moving on.
There we go.
There it is.
Sorry.
Moving on to the Invictus Squadron. Maybe they'll have a bit more luck. Harlan, get your percentile dice ready.
Born ready, sir.
Invictus Squadron, it is your task to intercept enemy TIE fighters attempting to damage the command ship. Bonus, engineers provide double base influence for this task. So, go ahead and roll the D100, and we'll see how it works out. And we have a couple
All right.
shoutouts for this. So, we had a DC of 40, but because we actually get to add 18 of influence, it is a success. Very nicely done, Invictus Squadron. Though your squadron is greatly outnumbered by TIE fighters, you align yourselves in an effective formation, dispatching the unshielded fighters with enormous success. As effective as you are, however, some fighters still manage to make it through to the command ship, and it begins taking fire. And at one point, a TIE bomber lines itself up right above the command ship, and it is ready to do a bombing run. With the shields down, and at that proximity, it will be able to do some serious damage. But out of nowhere, a B-wing flies into the action and destroys the TIE bomber before it has a chance to deploy its load. And over the intercom, you hear a voice. Sorry. Duty and deploying load. That's what Star Wars is all about. So you hear a voice over the intercom say, "Who the hell was that? Who's in the B-wing?" And the voice you recognize as Brev Mallow, otherwise known as Flask. And he sounds like he's kind of slurring his speech a little bit. He says, "At your orders, sir," and continues to fly off and engage with more TIE fighters. Now, also on top of that...
After... Never mind.
I dig him. I dig it.
What's that, David?
Nothing. I was just going to go a call back about engaging with other TIE fighters after deploying his load.
Gross.
Yeah.
You can tell why Mike picks David specifically to fulfill his plate. David and Mike are load sharers.
Oh, sorry.
All right, and also we have a shout out to Ido and Nil, who are working tirelessly in the hangar, making sure that everything is going smoothly for the Invictus Squadron. Moving on to the ground forces. Ground forces, your task was to man the turrets and get rid of some more TIEs. We have a DC of 40. David, go ahead and roll.
Do us proud, David.
Okay. Drum roll or no? Okay.
Oh, sorry.
I already did it. It's 66! I already did it.
All right, so 66 is a success. So, the ground forces, we have a couple of shout-outs. We had a lot of people spending experience points, one of which was General Lore, and the other of which was Bren Saunter. So, you quickly make your way to the closest unmanned turret. You see several TIE fighters closing in quickly as you peer through the tracking monitor and begin shooting. Explosions of green light fill your monitor as you eliminate TIE after TIE. And there's something about this.
I was thinking the exact same thing. When you're lost and you're flying in space alone, TIE after TIE.
But I will say there are some recruits who are actually quite scared. And as one of these recruits is looking around, he sees General Lore. And General Lore issues some orders to him. And all of a sudden, after hearing these orders, he relaxes. And there's something about General Lore's demeanor or something more that this scared recruit is able to look around and look at the other recruits who are bravely manning the turrets. And he feels a brotherly connection to them. And he goes and sits at one of the turrets, and he turns to his right, and he sees one man who's shooting down TIE after TIE, doing this excellent job, and he realizes this man is injured too. And he recognizes this person as Bren Saunter. So those are our shout-outs for the Ground Forces task.
Well done, Ground Forces. You guys are pros.
Yeah.
Pros.
So, last but not least, we've got 2 successes, 1 failure. We're moving on to the intelligence task. Intelligence, your task was to attempt to perform a mobile jamming of the cruiser's tracking computers so that you can make your escape to Ebra more likely. So there is a Twi'lek in the communications area. She is from the ECO, the Elite Covert Operatives, but she's very, very skilled at communications, and she is lending a hand to all the communications experts trying to bring down the tracking computers of the cruiser. So, Harlan, we are back to you. We have a DC of 50. Order your intelligence crew to take down the tracking computers.
Intelligence crew, this is Commander Tex Slayton. I'm going to go ahead and need you to take down those battle cruisers, or else we're all going to die.
All of us?
Did you do it? All of you are going to die. 31!
Well, let's find out. So, 31. And a DC of 50. Adding 15. So, with 46, it is not quite enough to jam.
That's not quite enough, guys. You're all going to die. I'm sorry to tell you, but you're all going to die.
All right. So your attempt to hack the enemy's communications network fails. The cruiser will be able to track you until you breach Ebra's atmosphere. So that is another -10 to the mission roll.
Oh, guys. They're killing us. We're the ones that have to fight on the ground.
All right, guys. So with your successes, we have 30 added to the mission roll, and with your failures, we actually have -20 on top of that.
Ugh.
What are we going to do?
This is going to be pretty rough.
Ugh.
So we get to add 10 to our total mission roll. And David, I want you to go ahead. I want you to go ahead and roll the percentile die. We have to beat a 90.
Where did my die go? Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, drum roll.
Okay, let me do it this time, because I actually can't do it up, but yeah, I'm on a shitty computer. Here we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
86.
86.
Yeah.
Congratulations. So, you...
I loaded them. Don't worry.
Yeah, you did.
Very nicely done.
He waited to die.
The command ship fires up its main thrusters. The Invictus command ship, propelling itself toward Ebra's shadowed side. Several TIE fighters follow in pursuit, but are quickly dispatched by the Invictus squadron. You make it to the planet's surface, but not without cost. Your command ship is heavily damaged, and will need to be repaired before it has the hull strength to exit the atmosphere. And that concludes mission number 2. Well done. Congratulations, Invictus Squadron. You just barely pulled it off.
Very well done, guys.
Awesome.
You have aided
All right.
us in our completion of this quest.
Yeah. Unless they crash land on the planet on top of you.
Oh, well, but
Always
one of the more
possible.
important things is that at least we can use their salvage for our own means.
This is true.
All right. Have you heard from Chris?
Have I heard from Chris? I have not heard from our friend Christopher.
Okay.
Oh, unfortunately.
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have good news and bad news. The bad news is, unfortunately, we are going to postpone Star Wars for tonight. I know. Unfortunately, if Chris isn't here, too much of the story is reliant because we're only on 3 people. We can't really play without someone. So this was an unforeseen circumstance, as I, of course, even though I'm on vacation, I'm still playing. So, even though his dad might be dying, he should be playing from the emergency room. I'm just kidding. I'm pretty sure his dad's okay. I really hope, because I really like Chris's dad. Actually, I should probably text him and ask. But either way, so we are going to play something else. We are going to play a little game called The End of the World. That's right. This is going to be an End of the World Game 4, I believe. And with our new friend David as one of the main monsters. Now, I call him one of the main monsters because in this game you hunt zombies, thus you are the monsters because zombies are just humans. So, if you guys want to stick around with us for some zombie fighting action, please do. We are so excited to be here tonight. Tonight's going to be a little bit of a silly night, unfortunately. Star Wars, is, of course, as you guys know, is a more serious game. But based on the tools that we have on hand and based on the preparation that I've done for this game, it's going to be a much more loose night. Because I only have about 4 lines. But you know what? That's okay. So this is what I'm going to ask. I'm going to heavily involve the community tonight. Community, ladies and gentlemen of the community. That's right. That means Hans, Bob, Aisha, Gabe. I see all of you out there watching. First off, thank you guys for being here with us tonight. So please, let's have a little bit of fun. What I want is I'm gonna order someone. I'm going to say, Aisha, can you please start a new post at the top of the page that says zombie ideas here in all caps. You post that. Everyone else watching, I want you to start throwing out some really fun ideas that I can kind of look to, little vignettes, little sub-stories, so that if they walk into a dark room, I can kind of throw it out, like, how about zombies behind a bar or something like that. So start filling some ideas because we're going to be a very community interactive tonight. But that also means this is going to be a great opportunity to win some XP. These guys are going to be looking at the stream all night to be getting ideas from you guys, as well as to be running from some terrible ideas from you guys. So if you have some awesome ideas to hurt these guys, we are also going to throw it at them there. So this is going to be a XP free-for-all. So go ahead and start posting that ideas under what Aisha has posted. Hopefully she's done that already. While you guys are doing that and filling me with ideas, we are going to help little old David here with how he creates his character sheet. David, do you have your character sheet?
Yes, I do.
Brilliant. Okay, so if I remember correctly, and that is a very big if, this game, it depends on a total number of points that you distribute through those 4 columns that you have, or those 3 attributes that you have. Well, it's a total of 6 because each major attribute has 2 sub skills within it.
Oh yeah, logic, willpower, dexterity, vitality, etc., etc.
Exactly. Now, perchance, Justin, do you have your sheet on hand from when you once did it?
I sure do, Harlan.
Brilliant. Can you tell David or let him know how many the points you have assigned to the various categories so that we know how many we're meant to be assigning? Because I don't remember exactly.
Well, I'm thinking, I think you start out at all 2, and then you can, oh wait, no, that wouldn't make sense. No, okay, so I've got 4, I've got a 2, I've got a 2 and a 1, and I've got a 4 and a 3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, that brings me to a total of 11 points that I have roughly here. But you know what? Even better, maybe rather than going through the whole character creation, David, if you want, you could just use some of these skills that I have pre-rendered up that I believe I did for myself. What do you think about that?
Yeah, sure. It'll make it fun.
Well, these would be some of them that I have done up previously. So your dexterity would be 3, your vitality would be 2, your logic would be 3, your willpower would be 4, your charisma would be 2, and your empathy would be 3.
Okay.
And some of the features I have down here, what I would say is, let's match the number of positive and negative features that we have, but you can change them. But as long as you have 1 positive in each category, 1 negative in each category, and a second negative in the first category, then you can really change them to whatever you want.
Okay.
So in the meantime, the only restriction to this is they have to be within the frame of what the feature is. So for example, under the physical one we have here, I believe I wrote these up for myself. I have fast reflexes as one of my positives.
Yeah.
I'm very nearsighted. Oh no, this isn't me. I'm not very nearsighted. And gets hungry quickly. Yeah, that's not me at all.
Okay.
I think this might be Chris. Yeah, we'll go with Chris. No, because the mental is well read. That's not Chris. Who's well read? Who would this be?
Mike, maybe?
Easily startled is one of his negatives. Positive is cheery disposition, and negative is too proud.
He's got way better stats than me.
Yeah, I don't know this person. All right, so
should I have that many stats? That's a lot of some big numbers.
No, you're good because the goal is that you want to roll under that number, and it can be tough to do. So what we will do is, David, what do you think is one of your positive physical features?
I would say.
And this is all in real life, right? So, like, what you actually think you're positive physically.
Oh, about myself. Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. You're not playing you're playing you in this game.
I'm playing me? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I'll go, just, I don't know, fast? Like fast runner? I don't know, is that lame?
No, that's definitely one. If you're fast, then...
I'm fairly fast.
Yeah,
I'm kind of like fast like a raccoon is fast, or a squirrel or something, you know?
What?
Fast twitch muscles.
Yeah, fast twitch muscles. Like quick reflexes, but kind of like...
Well, why don't you do that? Do fast reflexes. That's perfect.
I'll do quick reflexes. I just didn't want to do it verbatim.
That's okay. So 2 of the negatives, so then we want 2 negatives for your physical attributes.
How...
Do you need glasses?
No. How does... Bald? No, I'm joking.
That's a bonus.
That is a bonus.
That would be a plus, yeah. It makes you less wind resistant.
Yeah.
Hey, and I'm going there soon, man. Don't worry.
Aren't we all? Anyway, let me think.
Your negative physical feature.
I would say I'm not muscly. I don't want to say like weak, but I'm definitely not super strong.
Lean?
It's okay. You could say lean. No, it's got to be negatives.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just say. Man, I don't want to say weak. It's so emasculating.
It's okay. Look, hey. This is where the stream humanizes you because you openly online you explain all your flaws to people, and they go, wow, David is flawed. We like him.
I'll
say comparatively weak.
Hey, you're lucky, David. At least you get to make your own.
Sure. Add whatever adjective makes you feel better.
Life's a game.
That's true. All right, and give us another negative physical.
Negative physical. Short.
Yeah. I mean that works.
Yeah.
No, works for me. Yeah.
Is it? Is that a little lame?
Yeah, you're short. That's pretty negative. You're pretty short, you little guy. We're all tall boys.
It's also kind of a positive, though. Anyway, I won't say that. Okay.
Well, you can think about them, and if you change your mind, you can always change them. So mental, positive and negative mental attribute.
I'd say analytical for.
Is that a positive or a negative?
No, a positive way. Like able to analyze a situation, break it down quickly, and.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, analytical is fair, straightforward. Okay.
Okay, and
Justin's
negative.
laughing. Why?
Negative would be analytical. That'd be my negative.
Yeah, I'm just
Too
picturing you
analytical.
standing in the middle of the street, you know, like, oh, should we go this way, north, south? What are we
Yeah.
trying to do, guys? Before we move.
All right. So
actually, no,
negative mental attribute.
Actually, okay. Actually, my positive will be like able to discern root cause of problem. Is that way too long? What's the word for that?
Able to discern the cause of problems.
No, like the root cause.
No, I know. You know what? You know what you're thinking of? You're thinking of problem solving.
Okay, I'll do problem solving.
That's a fair way to say it.
Okay, problem solving, and then you just solved my problem for me. Thank you. Never mind.
Yeah.
That doesn't even make sense. I'm good at problem solving, but I can't quite figure out how to say it.
And then
a negative.
I'll go two analytical. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, and then you got a positive and negative for your social.
Social.
Yeah.
Let me see. Loyal. And then my negative would be too trusting, probably. Yeah.
Trusting. Does that work? That works for me. Justin, that work for you?
In a zombie apocalypse game, I think it'd be a negative, right?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, Yeah, you're right. You're
I
right.
haven't been jaded at all by this whole thing.
Yeah, it's perfect. Don't worry. I'll exploit it.
Yep.
So the idea of this game. Okay, so perfect. So David, that's basically your character. I mean, that's the ground basics. And the point of End of the World, for those of you who have not seen our previous games, the idea is you play yourself in a zombie, in whatever End of the World game you're playing. We're going to be playing Zombie Apocalypse tonight for multiple reasons. Because it's the most accessible, because Wrath of the Gods kind of has its pros and cons, but more cons than pros, and because I like zombies. I think they're cool and they're scary. So we're going to play a zombie game, and like I said, David, you play yourself.
Yep.
One of the things to keep in mind is try to be the truest version of yourself, because I'm not going to make any extreme. I'm going to try to play it like close to reality, meaning I'm not going to make any guy be like, "Yo, man, choose right now or you'll die." Like, it's going to be very like, hopefully how people really would act in a zombie apocalypse. So don't. What I'm trying to say is, don't worry about your faults. Play into them. You might know that your personal issues, you might be worried about something specifically. Don't be afraid to examine those, because the fun of the End of the World is playing yourself. That being said, a quick explanation of how the dice work is this uses D6s. So if you go to your dice stream, you'll pull up the D6s. Yeah. And what this is I will tell you to assemble a certain amount of dice for a dice pool. You will roll a certain amount of dice for your positive and a certain amount of dice for your negative, and then whichever ones cancel out win. It sounds confusing, but I'll explain it like this. Let's say you are picking the lock on a house that you guys want to check out because you're running from zombies and you need food to survive. I would say, okay, well, I look at your sheet and I say, David, you have the fast reflexes skill, and your dexterity is, what's your dexterity at?
3.
3. Okay, so I would say you get 1 for the actual act of doing it, and I would say, maybe not, but for the example, I'll say, and I'm going to give you 1 die because you have a feature that says fast reflexes, and I feel like reflexes are a lot about lockpicking for whatever reason. So roll 2 positive die. You would then roll 2 positive die, like the ones on the top of my screen, and then I would say, okay, but you get 1 for the difficulty of it, and the lock is a super difficult lock. It's a very rich house, so they put a lot of effort into it. Roll 2 more for the negative. So that's your dice pool. You have 2 positive, a 5 and a 2, and 2 negative, a 1 and a 3. So basically, for your positive dice, you want to get under your goal. So right now, you have 1 success. This 2 is a success because it was under the 4 that your dexterity required. The 1 and the 3 did not cancel out by anything positive. So what this dice pool comes out to be is 1 success and 2 drawbacks, or setbacks, I think they call it in this.
Okay.
So basically what I would say, if we were role-playing this, I'd say, with a click, you unlock the door to the mansion. And within a second, a blaring alarm sounds out for miles as you hear the call of zombies echo in the distance. They're coming for you, David. So that's a little example of how the dice work. You have the positive and negative, and you just want to get under your goal. Make sense? Justin, did I do that correctly?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember exactly how it works. So, perfect. Well, everyone at home is kindly and patiently waiting while I explain a game that we played many times. So, without further ado, who wants to get into the game, ladies and gentlemen? Who wants to see these guys die? David, do you want to see yourself die?
Not right now.
He's in the plot. Not right now. Okay. But in the game?
Is that the first line?
I think I'm most excited to see what kind of team these two guys are going to make. What about you guys? David and Justin, the classic team.
The classic.
I think we're both overly trusting.
Yeah.
I'll read
You
a bit
are
of,
overly trusting.
I've lived through every single zombie apocalypse I have faced on the
Wow.
Invictus stream. Yeah, I've lived through every single one of them. So
Doesn't bode well for me.
well, yeah, nobody else does either. But I'm okay. So my stats: I'm nimble but uncoordinated,
Okay.
quick learner. My bad aspect before in my mental was I was addicted to games, but I think I shook that. Because I haven't bought Fallout 4 yet. So so that is
Nice.
not a thing. I'm switching it to questionable memory.
Ooh.
But I can't remember why. And last, my social, I'm likable, but a terrible liar. So that's what you're dealing with. That's your team member. And I've got lots of 2s and 1s, David. So
So good.
don't let me do any mental tasks. I've got horrible willpower. I will keel over backwards. If that's a saying.
Okay, so now I'm just reading through some of the suggestions by the group. Fantastic suggestions, guys. Thank you, Aisha, for posting that. Please do not stop. Keep them coming. They're fantastic, and they're fueling my zombie-filled brain. Now, for you two guys, no cheating. Don't go peeking there. I mean, ultimately, it doesn't really matter, but it'll only be ruining your fun.
I'm looking at a kitten zombie right now, and it's scaring the heck out of me.
Good. Okay,
Is that
so
on there?
It's on the other one.
Yeah.
so here we go. Without further ado, guess where this one takes place?
Florida.
Florida! All right.
Oh, shit.
After many discussions and emails sent back and forth between our small group of friends, we finally decided that probably the best way to do a group vacation was to rent a nice house down in Florida, Fort Lauderdale to be specific. We've done cruises before, we went to the cottage many times, but we thought, you know what, renting a nice house for a few days, large wings just off some of the canals in Florida might be the best way to get a little bit of a break from the dull drudgery of the Canadian weather that we're also used to. So, after a relatively uneventful flight, we decided to, or we walked into the spacious, beautiful home with the white linoleum tiles and the whitewashed walls and the pool out back, thinking, man, this is a nice place. Now, of course, it was David and his wife, Justin, myself, my wife, Chris, and his wife as well. And a few days we kicked around and decided, you know what, it might be nice to do some of the more touristy things. Well, we weren't all on board for that, and David, yourself, along with Justin, decided, you know what, we'd rather just stay back for a little bit, hang out by the pool, relax, sip on some wine, or some mojitos, and relax. So sure enough, myself, my wife, Chris, Zara, and your wife, David, decided to pack up one of our rented vans and drive off to visit the Everglades, Crocodile Swamp, do one of those tours. Well, a few hours passed. The afternoon flew by without much, and the two of you decided to take a little bit of a power nap. But you know what? The sun is beating you down quite a bit, so you sacked out in your bedrooms and woke up to the sound of thunder rolling outside. Justin, you woke first, reaching over to the bedside table. You clicked the lamp on, and nothing. No power, for whatever reason, as lightning cascaded outside the window, illuminating the room for just a moment. You could only hear the pitter-patter of the rain on the roof. Looking at your watch, you realized you'd been sleeping for hours, and they were meant to be back a few hours ago. You call out to the darkness.
David, is David around? Hello?
And David, sure enough, you woke up only minutes ago and checked the house. The front door's still locked, no car in the driveway, and you were just about making your rounds when you came across Justin lying in bed, also trying to flick the knob, and you both share a look at each other.
Well, this is weird. Power went out?
Yeah, looks like it.
How long has it been out?
I don't know, I just woke up.
Yeah, David, you only woke up an hour ago, but you were charging your phone. When you charged it in, it was about 10%, and it's only about 50% battery. So you could guess that the power's been out for a few hours without you even knowing.
Yeah, it seems like it happened right after we fell asleep.
Weird. Well, it's storming out, so there's a chance that lightning took out a breaker or something.
Yeah. Let's hope it's that. Have you seen the rest of the group? See how anything was going on? I tried calling, but no answer.
Where were they supposed to go today?
The Everglades.
Everglades, right? Okay.
And you know that the Everglades is maybe about a half hour, 45-minute, maximum hour drive away, and their tour was only supposed to be 2 hours. At this time, based on your watch, they've been gone for 5.
Maybe they stopped for dinner or something.
Well, do you have any cell phone reception, David?
No. What I?
So you check it, and you do have cell reception. Did you get the plan that allows you to do? No, you do. You guys have cell phones, but you have not tried calling yet because at first it just seems seems like they might have gotten just into a storm. Are you worried? I don't know.
Yeah. No, I'm a little worried more about the storm.
I'm a little worried
at this
about
point.
You know, I'm a little worried about Chris and Zara, and
and my wife.
And your wife.
Okay, so sure enough, the two of you kind of are talking in the dark room, and again, another bolt of lightning lights up the room for an instant. And outside your window, you see the swaying palm trees, and the wind and the rain just whipping past the door, and it looks to be the onset of a hurricane. And David, getting a moment of fear, you think, okay, I better give a call to your wife.
Yeah.
Sure enough, you pick up the phone, you dial the number, and it just does the beep, 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 beep. This call cannot be completed.
So is David the only one with the phone?
No, you have a phone as well if you'd like to call Chris.
Well, actually, I want to go on to... wait, were you there too? Were you there too?
Me? Yes, I was too, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well, obviously.
Yeah, well, I actually go on to the Storm website. I go on to Storm's website.
Stormwatchers.com.
Stormwatchers, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so you pull out your laptop or your phone or whatever.
Yeah.
And you find that the Wi-Fi is down. No power, no internet.
But reception, 3G.
Yeah, so you pull that out as well, and no reception, unfortunately, which would make sense as to why the phone went down.
But I just called. I had reception.
No, it went brr, 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 this call cannot. Well, I don't know. Whatever would happen when you have no reception. I don't actually know what would happen if you tried to call. I guess the call just couldn't be made. Sorry, I should text.
Okay.
My bad.
All right, so we got no internet.
Should have thought this through.
Yeah. Well, at least they know we're here. So I actually really like storms. So I take a look outside. I go stand by the window leading to the balcony, and
Okay.
I take a
So
look
the
out.
house, well, the house is actually just a bungalow, and and basically this is the rough outline of the house. This up here, oops, is the front door. There's a large open room in here. There is a bedroom, a bathroom, and out here is another bedroom. Over here is the kitchen, a
Yeah.
door to the garage, and out back is a pool. No basement that you can tell, and no upstairs. All one floor.
Where are we?
And
Currently, you guys are in the back bedroom up here in the corner. That's Justin's bedroom.
all right. Well, and what does it look like outside? Like it's raining sideways and
Yeah. Okay,
really
so,
intense,
so you,
but
yeah, you step up and you go to the back door, and the back door is a double glass sliding door, and the pool is out there too. And as you look outside, the two of you, your draw is basically dropped. Now, the house you rented is on a really beautiful canal. A lot of houses next to it and across the way, just a small waterway below between it. Um, but you can see now that most of the boats that were occupying the canal in the houses across and beside you are gone. And the pool that you guys have been swimming in for the past few days is almost half empty because the wind is whipping so wildly. The trees are swaying violently, and one across the canal has actually started to begin being torn out of the ground.
geez, okay.
So immediately you both get this sense of fear.
Yeah, I don't think we should go outside, David.
No, I think we should wait.
No.
I'm worried about everyone else, but I think we should wait it out until we either get a call, or until it calms down a little bit.
Definitely, definitely. And there isn't a basement here, eh?
There is no basement, unfortunately. So as you guys decide to sit it out, nervously you kind of share a look, and on edge you kind of sit down watching it. And after a few moments, you hear a smash. A window, glass breaks. And it's coming from the garage, a door which, now again, you rented this house from a man named John that you never actually met. It was all through online. But the garage he requested is off access. You cannot access it. His personal belongings are in there. And there is a keypad on there. However, as you're sitting there, you hear a large smash. And instinctively you stand up and check the doors. And you can ascertain that it is coming from behind that door.
Damn, already some debris is breaking into the house.
Yeah. Do you think we should go check out what's in there, or just leave it for now?
Well, if he's got some valuables in there, even though we're not supposed to be in there, he might appreciate it if we moved them away from
Yeah.
from that area that's vulnerable into maybe the main living room or into one of the bedrooms that might be a bit more secure.
What would be safest for us, though, at this point, to kind of stay where we are, because it's so bad. It could continue. If it's something from the storm, it could continue to fall on us or something like that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think it's safest just to stay here, David. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Perfect.
I still got some juice on my Nintendo DS. You still have life on yours?
Yeah.
Yeah. Should we trade?
Pokemon Red and Blue! So, no, totally fair. And you guys say, you know what, it's probably going to be a little safer if we hang out here.
Well, are we hungry?
Yeah, well, I mean, you guys took a nap around noon. It's close to dinner time. Yeah, you're a bit hungry.
All right. Well,
There's still a box of donuts.
Oh yeah. I go for the box of donuts. We look at the box of donuts and at the same time turn back to each other. And we were supposed to save the donuts for everybody else. We give each other a knowing look.
You
Do a
just
90s nod. Yeah.
They're probably dead.
And eat all the donuts.
most insensitive idea we've had all day.
You guys, no, but in all fairness, you guys are worried and you want to take your mind off it, so you get up and you head to the kitchen.
I'm so worried about Chris.
It's what I would do. So you head to the kitchen and you open the box of donuts and you start eating. And as you do, you again pass the door to the garage. And as you pass it, you hear something. Ever so slightly, the door just kind of pushes towards you. And at first you think it the wind, thinking that maybe something broke the window and is rattling against it. But as you pass, you stop, and you hear...
This is the garage door?
It's the garage door with a keypad.
David?
Yeah, I'd be as far away from that door as possible on the couch.
Hello? I say, hello? Are you all right?
You don't hear anything.
Are you injured? Should we let you in? There's a keypad on this side of the door. I couldn't let you in if I wanted to. You'd have to go around front.
1, 2, 3, 4.
You did try to hack it, or try to maybe look at what numbers are off of it.
But I don't get a response?
No, you don't hear anything, and not even a moan. And for a second, you question whether you actually heard a moan or it was just the wind whistling.
Yeah, it might have just been the house resettling.
Mm-hmm.
Could have been your own memory there. Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
I've already forgotten. Wait, where's Harlan? Where's Harlan and Chris?
I'm hungry.
Have you tried using your cell phone, David?
So, nervously, you guys eat donuts. And as you do, you watch the storm out the back window, whipping through the backyard. And from your view, you can see straight across the canal. And on the other side of the canal, you see a man exit his house into the wind. And immediately as he catches the wind, you see him almost stumbling, and he walks very slowly towards the canal.
Actually, you know what I'd probably be doing? As sad as it is, I'd probably be recording it on my phone. I'd probably be making a video.
Okay. So, Justin, you pull out your phone and start recording.
Yeah.
David?
You go, what are you doing?
You open the window, or you just... Oh, you say it to him. Okay.
People should see this. Like, this is insane. You're in the middle
Yeah,
of
no, you're right.
storm.
Hey,
you get some serious views to the Invictus stream, David.
Do you see that guy out there? He just went under the storm.
Why would he do that?
I don't know. It's kind of freaking me out.
So as you're discussing it, the man continues walking towards the canal. And again, the wind keeps catching him. And he's getting within maybe 10 feet to the canal, which is just a cement border, and then it drops straight past his dock into the water.
What the hell?
Looks like he's not going to stop.
All right. Have you ruled out zombies, David? Because I haven't quite ruled out zombies. We play this game on the Invictus stream a lot called Zombie Apocalypse, but this feels a lot like that.
In this world, the Invictus stream doesn't exist. No, I'm just kidding. You can be as meta as you want. I don't care.
What? Zombies? Yeah, right.
All right, David. I know, we've got to fill out all of the roles of a stereotypical zombie movie, but seriously. Well, I mean, like, okay, maybe he's not a zombie, but he's insane. Maybe a coconut broke the door to an insane asylum, and now insane people are walking the streets.
So as he's walking, you notice that he's wearing like a robe, like a sleeping robe, and he is an older man too.
Yeah, they wouldn't have an insane asylum in this part of Florida.
No, and he does look like, again, he's an older man wearing a robe, and he almost looks dazed. And I will meta this and say that instinctively, you almost feel like you might be sleepwalking. Well, rather than jump straight for zombies, that's probably what you'd be thinking if you weren't playing a zombie role-playing game.
Yeah. Wow, that guy. Wow, that guy's amazing at sleepwalking.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna head right for that water. But have you ruled out zombies yet? Sorry.
Going back to the zombie thing.
Maybe we should help him.
Here, quick. I think we should help him, but let's first grab a couple of knives from the kitchen.
So as you're
Knives.
standing there watching, you see him, and he walks directly into the water. And sure enough, when his foot hits the open air, he falls straight forward, slaps against the water in a belly flop. And for a second, he floats on the water, moving his hands, and he begins to sink underneath.
Well, there's not much we can do now. That water is so turbulent. There's no way that we can save him
Yeah, there's no way we're.
and get out ourselves.
I think we should try calling the police about it.
Oh.
Oh wait,
think you
was
can
the
get
phone
through?
dead? The phone was completely dead. Okay.
Yeah, you're homeless.
Okay. Okay, we can't call anyone. I would not try and go out and save him because I know I would most certainly die.
Yeah.
You know what we should do? We should board up the windows and the doors.
Yeah, no,
Board
you're
up
right.
the doors and the windows. If any debris comes flying our way, like it sounded like something smashed in the garage.
The garage, yeah.
Yeah, if we board things up a little bit. Mattresses from the bedrooms,
Yeah.
and box springs and all that.
Yeah, especially like the big screen. Like, is it a big kind of like screen door basically that we were looking through? Harlan?
HDTVs. Ba 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 ba. Yeah, it is. It's a double door, like thatched with glass between the panels.
Okay, yeah.
I
Well,
did say sliding glass, but I meant it's that.
we definitely gotta cover that up. But leave one side open so we can see.
Okay,
if
so
Mr.
you
Rose
decide
comes
to
back.
yeah, so you decide to do that, and you quickly start looking around the house, and you notice there's a lot of. Well, first off, the house is relatively vacant.
Yeah.
Because it is a rental house, there's not much furniture, and most of the furniture you do find is very heavy and clunky, not easily disposable. But you decide the easiest way would be to break it apart. However, looking around, you can't find a hammer, crowbar, nothing that would break it down.
Well, I
So
know
as
that-
much as you're...
I'll go with Justin and at least prop up the mattresses and stuff like that.
Yes, so you strip down a few of the beds, and again, after looking through the house and starting to strip down the beds, maybe half an hour has gone by. And as you're dragging the bed back out to the main window, you hear a boom on the back door. And immediately, the two of you who are dragging the mattress, David, you're on the front end in the main part of the room. Justin, you're still in the hallway coming from the bedroom at the back of the mattress. David, but you can still see into the room now. David, you quickly turn your head and you see the man that fell into the canal, dripping wet at the back door. And he's banging it.
Looks like you were right about those zombies, Justin.
Yeah, that's what David would be doing. Or,
No, yeah, I'd definitely be like, drop the mattress and then hide under it.
okay,
Well,
so you
Yeah.
get behind it,
I get behind it. Justin!
and Justin wonders what you're doing.
Yeah, what's up?
Look.
And I look, and I see the man dripping, and
Wet.
he's wet. And,
Yeah, sure enough,
he's banging on the window.
Ooh.
And I am shocked. I am shocked, and I'm going to roll willpower to see
Sure.
whether or not I'm shocked in place.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because I feel like that's something. So what am I rolling? What would I roll?
Give me, okay. Well, no, don't you only roll when you're trying to do things? I don't think there's, like, punishment
There's
rolls,
no
are
like
there?
punishments? Oh,
I
okay.
don't think so. What is one of your features?
Well, I have a questionable memory, but I have
Now-
willpower of 1.
No, I would only invoke it if you have a feature, and I can't imagine. I mean, you would be shocked,
Yeah.
but again, I'm going to meta this and say you still wouldn't be thinking zombies. You'd probably be thinking, oh god,
He's alive.
yeah. Like, in truth, you guys would probably be like, this guy, we should probably help him. Now, you don't have to, but I'm just saying you probably
know. I honestly don't know at this point.
He's a 72-year-old man with a comb over who looks cute. You work with elderly, and this man is showing signs of dementia and sleepwalking. I don't think you'd be like, no, 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 no.
I wouldn't let Justin go though. I would let him go up to the window to see if we could communicate through and get some
absolutely, and that's all I'm saying.
Better signs
don't get me
of
wrong.
life.
I don't think you should open the door and hug him. I'm saying I think you guys would at least approach.
Yeah.
I think I've become kind of jaded working in nursing homes, Harlan. I don't know.
Be like, leave him alone. He'll figure it out.
It wasn't thinking zombies. Dementia's contagious. Don't let him in.
He'll figure it out.
Figure it out. He has to figure it out. Yeah. Okay. I'll go up to the window.
Not too close, Justin.
And I get a better look at him. Is there anything...
And he bites you and you're dead. The end. No, I'm just kidding. So, yeah, as you approach, now he's banging the door, but and you can see he's using a lot of his strength, but, you know, the door's not budging very much. It's not like this guy's going to be able to break down the door, and you're pretty confident in that. Even though it's a pretty flimsy door, he's not a superhuman, whether he be having an episode or whatever.
Right.
So you fairly confidently walk up, and as you do, I mean, the door can lock.
Right, but it isn't locked right now?
No, I mean, it's not locked. I mean, it is, but it's not like it's bolted, but it, there's like the top and the bottom locks.
Hmm. Do you think he has any hard candy, David? That was Evan Jones. Yeah,
maybe some donuts.
Wait, does he have any teeth? Does he have dentures in or anything like that?
He does not. You look at him and he's got very gummy.
All right. Well, what do you think, David? He's gummy. He might just have dementia.
At this point, I'm already starting to make my way to the back room. Probably. I'm probably kind of like creeping up and going to the back and trying to stay away and not even look at him.
Okay, totally fair. So you kind of back away and you're like...
Does that make me soulless? Is that bad? I don't know.
No, it doesn't make you a bad person.
I can't help thinking about it with the meta part.
It's okay. And Justin, you're standing there before this man, and he's kind of banging at the back door, and you're looking at him, and his eyes are very sunken, and his face, is very pale, and the water is dripping from him as if it's incidental, as if he's not even acknowledged the fact that he's wet or cold or anything. And you get a very uncomfortable feeling staring at him. There's just something is very wrong with him.
Right. More than I've seen in the nursing homes?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I get the impression that there's more going on than simply dementia and wandering.
Correct.
Maybe music can help.
Yeah. Play music. I remember.
The Pied Piper of zombies.
So as you're standing there and you are watching the rain continue to pour down, you notice something. You notice that the channel that you've looked at before, the one blowing so wildly, still very much so, but you've noticed that the water level in it has risen quite substantially. And in fact, you didn't even notice when you had woken up from your nap, but even from the time you went to bed to when you woke up, it had risen substantially. And now, as you stare past this man, you see the water level is starting to wash up on shore. And a chill runs down your spine as you realize that the canal water is slowly and quickly creeping up towards the house.
David.
Yeah.
David. The water level's rising. The water level's rising. I think we've got to get out of here. We got to find higher ground.
Now, the house you've rented is a part of the canal system. However, there is the mainland, and basically when you got there, there was a small bridge and a series of sub-streets, the suburbanite streets that were all on the canals. The canals are a man-made part of Fort Lauderdale that you can easily come to the mainland, which is typically higher land.
Yeah.
It's about a 15-minute drive, or sorry, a 15-minute walk or a 5-minute drive. Unfortunately,
you guys have the vehicle, right?
yeah, you've only rented one van.
Okay, so I very not happily agree that we have to do so, because I want to wait it out longer. But
Well, David, you go out and you see.
Yeah, no, I
you
see.
You can see through the window.
That it's going to happen
And you see
soon.
the water slowly rising.
Yeah. So,
I mean, there's a chance.
Yeah, but I just say, you know what? I think you're right. Let's get one of our bags and fill it up with a bunch of the food and like not too much of our stuff, I guess, but like our most valuable stuff, I guess.
Is there a map? Do we have a map of Florida or anything, or?
Yeah, you got a few maps. Yeah.
Yeah. All
Yep.
right.
Of the Fort Lauderdale area and the Palm Beach and stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I put those in a Ziploc bag, which we may have for packing lunches.
Oh, yeah. Would you?
Oh, yes. That's how I
And donuts and stuff.
Donuts, mostly.
Okay.
Donuts. And is there anything else you think we'll need? I mean, ponchos would be great, but maybe this guy has ponchos in his garage.
Dun dun dun.
Well, you know that after looking through the house, you know that you don't have any real weapons of any sorts. I mean, there are a few knives, but most of them are steak-sized. You don't have a hammer, nails, any sort of implement that you would be able to board up or break down.
Right.
Yeah, not effectively. No, you know what? I gotta go in my bathing suit.
Okay. So you throw on your bathing suit.
I'm gonna go in. No, I'll go in a bathing suit and a shirt.
Okay.
And I will put on. Would I have brought hiking boots?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't own hiking boots actually. No, I'll just put on my running shoes, and I'll see if I can wrap up some of my clothes, like just a few bits of clothes, warmer clothes, and a towel or something like that.
Yeah, sure.
To put in the bag.
Well, I mean, there are a few other people's bags too that you could borrow, carry-ons and backpacks and things like that.
But we don't want to be weighed down too much, so.
Perfect. Okay. So yeah, I mean, you have enough clothes. You're changing your bathing suits. The back door is still kind of being hit very slowly by this gentleman, and as you finish your run around, the water level is just touching the back door.
Right.
All right. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I quickly look at the map and chart out the fastest way and commit it to memory.
Okay, so again, because it's a canal system, unfortunately, it's it's a very convoluted way to try to get out of the subdivision that you're on to the main street. And roughly, I mean, there's a lot of streets and things like that. But basically, the easiest way, I mean, you know, if you're on a street down here, you have to get up, run around, go, because again, there's a lot of canals cutting off the typical paths. There's no as the crow fly route.
Okay.
So you commit the route to memory. I mean, you've driven a few times, so it shouldn't be too tough. But you do know it's a lengthy, and with the heat and the way it is, it's not going to be an easy journey. So, but again, do you have no weapon? You have no weapons with you of any sort?
Well, I was thinking about a cast iron or like a pot or pan or something.
Yes, there was a pot and a pan. Nothing cast iron, but there was a pot and pan if you'd like.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Take those.
I don't know why we'd be grabbing weapons though, if we don't think it.
Yeah.
Very true. Okay, so you pack up.
But before we go, are there paddles?
There is a kayak out back, actually. There's a kayak with one set of paddles.
Okay, yeah, we'll grab those then.
I think I would say take the canals with the kayak while the water level rises. No, but I guess the water is too crazy, eh?
No, the kayak actually is now taking on a bit of water and it's bumping along the back door.
Beside the guy?
Next to Mr. Rodriguez.
Oh shit.
All right. Well, and we see the paddles there.
Paddles are in the kayak still. It's a two-person kayak. A bright yellow two-person kayak.
Were we warned at all before we came about water levels rising and stuff?
No, and in fact, the weather watch said nothing of it.
Okay.
All right. Well, I go. Is there a window off to the side?
Lots of windows, yeah.
Lots of windows. Is the kayak leading up to one of the windows? Would I be able to open a window, reach out, and pull the kayak towards the window?
Actually, there's a very easy to open window just behind the kitchen sink in the kitchen, which leads along the back door. And again, just to show you on the picture. So right here are the double doors that he is standing at leading to the pool. Right here, just above the sink, is a very easy to open window, and the kayak is basically laying between the two.
So, okay. So I try to reach out and grab the kayak.
Okay, so it is a very heavy kayak, and it's filled with water now. But as you do, you can reach out and grab it. However, when you grab it and start tugging it a bit, oh, it's straining. You do see the gentleman in the back door turn his attention towards you and slowly wade in the water towards you.
Okay, and I grab the paddles from inside.
Okay, you grab the paddles very easily.
Yeah.
And as you... Yeah.
And I say, okay, David, see if you can get the water out of this while I keep this old crone back with the paddle.
I say, you better get him a little farther back. Okay. Let me see here.
Is there a way that we would be able to coordinate? Because the water level's rising, and if David were able to get into the kayak, and then we could push off.
The thing is, it's a kayak. Only one of us can go in it.
No, it's a two-person kayak.
It's a two-person kayak? Oh, you said that? Okay.
Yep. So, yeah, I mean, you could coordinate it. Essentially, you're battling the gentleman. You need to figure out a way to either distract him or keep him distracted while one person moves the kayak, and there is only one door, the back door. Although you can climb through the window, it is big enough. Okay, so tell me how you want to do it, and we'll see what succeeds.
I try to distract him at the door. I try to smack on the door and get his attention there. It's like, hey!
Okay, very easy to distract. Yeah, very quickly he kind of turns to you.
While David gets the kayak ready.
Well, I try, yeah, like I watch and see if it actually works, that the distraction works.
So, David, you see the man come over to Justin, and he starts banging on the door, and again, maybe 5 feet away at the window to the backyard.
How deep is the water at this point?
Oh, at this point, it's maybe a foot.
A foot.
It's starting to pour through the bottom of the
by the house, yeah. Okay. How are my... Just trying to think of my kayak skills. How many doors are there to this place again?
There's the front, and there's the double back, and then there's one to the kitchen, or one to the...
And has it gone around far enough that I'd be able to go around to the front door?
Has what gone around? The kayak?
No, the water, enough that I could paddle around.
You haven't looked at the front door, actually. Not too sure.
Okay.
Oh, but you know what? Based on the way the house is built, there is no access from the backyard to the front yard, unfortunately.
Oh, how convenient.
I know. You know what, though? To be honest, I'm using the house that I'm in right now as an example. Honestly, nothing I've said so far is untrue. So yeah, I agree. It is unfortunate. Including the fact that there's a two-person kayak, so you're welcome.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
Okay. At this point, I'm probably going to go and say, Justin, what do you think? Do you think that you can distract him for long enough? And
Justin's putting on his zombie-killing garb.
Yeah. I've got my hairdryer ready for later on.
I've got my map of Fort Lauderdale.
It's as real as it gets.
That's it. What's the plan, guys?
Is that from the man's bathrobe? Did you take it from him?
It's from a bathrobe. It's from a bathrobe.
It's from his bathrobe.
Getting ahead of ourselves.
All right, what's the plan, guys?
Okay.
Well, I'm waiting for David.
No, yeah, we go for that plan, but have you distracted him sufficiently? Is that something that we need to roll for, or?
Yeah, good call. Justin, why don't you give me a roll? Let's make it social.
Charisma.
Because why not?
Well,
You're
it's
being
either
social?
charisma or empathy, and I'm likable.
Gentlemen, please. Yeah, let's see if he likes you. So give me a roll for the difficulty, a roll that you're likable, and we'll just say 1 negative. So 2 positive, 1 negative.
Okay.
So there you go. The 1 cancels out the 1 negative, and the 2 is, what's your charisma?
4.
The 2 is a success. So well done. Oh, very well done, actually. First roll of the game.
All of a sudden, a sitcom comes on the TV.
Everyone laughs. So, Justin, you succeed very well, actually, and the man draws his attention straight to you. And
you know how I do it? You know how I do it?
How do you do
I start singing an old Ink Spot song.
I don't want to set the world.
He loves it.
So as he comes over and he looks at you, he looks at you straight in the eyes, and as you do, you see that the whites around his eyes are a pale shade of pink. Very, very off color, and it seems very irregular to you. Veiny, too. But he stares directly at you, and he growls under his breath. And for the first time, you see white spittle forming at the corners of his mouth as he kind of...
Right.
And Justin, you have an opportunity, or David, you have an opportunity.
I take it. I go outside. I quickly empty the kayak. Do I need to roll for this?
So you pop out and you land into the water silently.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be doing basically a sneak roll. And because there's no sneak, we're going to say dexterity. So why don't you roll your dexterity?
Okay. Just 1?
No, we're going to give you what's your positive in dexterity and your negative? Read me all of them.
So I've got a 3 in dexterity.
Yeah.
A 2 in vitality.
And what are your features?
Quick reflexes.
Yeah.
And then I'm comparatively weak.
Yeah.
And short.
Which we just call weak.
Weak-ish.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
All right.
I work at a factory, so I still got some muscles.
Fair enough. But we should probably change those to something a little more, because weak is kind of a weird thing.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Change them more to like quick to tire, maybe, or something like that. But then again, running.
Not at all.
Just chew over it. Chew over, because we want to be more something that I can actually invoke. But either way, I will make you do a dexterity roll. But because you don't have any features that add or detract, I'm going to make you roll a 1-for-1. So you're going to roll 1 positive and 1 negative die.
Okay. So I go into the die, and then I go...
Yeah, and they're D6s.
Okay.
Oh, look at that! So they cancel out. It's perfect. No positive, but no negative. And because it was a simple action, all I was rolling to see if he kind of noticed you, and to me that's going to be satisfactory. So you hop down very quietly into the water. It's only about a foot of water, and you slunk down, and you could feel the water, the cold canal water, mixing with the warm, hot water of the pool, almost only a few feet from you. And very quietly you start bailing out the kayak. Now you realize you didn't bring a bailing bucket, so you start doing it with your hands. Again, you were nervous.
There's not one with it?
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's not one with it?
No, not a kayak. It's a very small 2-person kayak. But you get it out with your hands, and you do it fairly easily.
Yeah.
And you, after a few minutes, you find out that most of the water is gone from the kayak, and you kind of look over to Justin, who is looking at you through the glass, and signal to him that it is ready.
Okay.
Yeah. And he's got the bag. Justin has the bags? Or bag?
I've got the bag. I've got the bag. So I keep on distracting him at the window, and I take the bag and I hand it over to David out the window.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I get back to the window and I distract some more. And
okay. As you leave, because when you leave your spot by the window, he follows you. So as you walk around to the kitchen area, because you have to walk around an island to get there, he starts following you.
I didn't. Okay, you know what? I wouldn't have done it then. I wouldn't have done it that way. I slide.
Again, just so you know, see this large island here?
Yes.
Yeah, that's an island you'd have to walk around to get to the window.
I slide the backpack down the counter towards where the window is.
Okay, that would work. So David's and yeah, okay, that's fine. So yeah, David, you stand up and you reach and you grab the bag pretty quiet and very quietly bring it back down to the kayak.
Okay. I motion for the paddle as well.
Yeah, because Justin has the paddle, doesn't he? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It makes more sense for me to have it.
Yep. Yep. So
Look at
I
this
pass. I hold that at the window as well.
Okay, and you can pretty easily get it. Yeah.
And then I leave. No, I'm joking.
Typical David.
Typical.
Yeah.
I'm far too trusting. Of my good friends. Okay, so then in that case, okay, so then looking at this kayak, do I know that it's not a, like, would I know that there isn't a bailing bucket in it? Would I be able to tell?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah.
So as I leave,
I mean, typical kayaks like ours, like Canada kayaks are like, like you put your body in and you like get your little skirt on so you can do flips and you're cold and shit. This is like more of a toy kayak that you just kind of sit on top of. There's no real hollowness.
Yeah. I know the ones you're talking about.
Yeah, it's summer kayak. I'm going to show you a picture.
And actually, those you don't really need bailing buckets. You just
no, it's not much water.
You can push the water out with your feet.
Yeah, that's why he could do it with his hand. Yeah, it's very, very.
Okay.
All right, so I try to distract him, and then I open the door slightly.
Okay, so he's still at the door, and you kind of open it slightly, and he's kind of like, and you already immediately his fingertips latch around it, and he starts prying it open.
Okay, and I there's a toe lock on it, right?
There's no kick lock. There's the toe. There's the top and the bottom. And I'm assuming if you opened it, you took those off.
Yeah.
So it is open. So he's opening it.
All right. So then in that case, I'm going to run across. I'm going to run across the island, and I'm going to try to distract him to I guess try to climb over the island or even just to go around it.
Okay, so you're going to let him into the house.
Window. Yeah, I'm letting him in. Yeah.
Gotcha. But you failed to think of something.
The water.
The water. So the minute you open it, which is now about 2 feet, it pours down you. And roll. Give me your dexterity roll.
Yeah. Okay.
See if it knocks the feet up from under you.
Wow. I didn't know it was that high.
Well, more so the pressure against the door would go like this. The minute you open it, it would go like this. Boom.
Yeah. Okay.
Wouldn't be that bad.
So what am I doing? I am.
Oh, you know what? That's right. Let me ask the GM. Yeah, he concurs.
All right. So in this case, all right, are you going to invoke my uncoordination?
Yeah, I am.
Okay. Or are you going to invoke my nimbleness?
It's going to be. I'm going to say uncoordination because they can't cancel each other out. So we're going to say roll 1 positive die and 2 negatives.
Okay. Oh, the 2 positives cancel each other.
1 positive and okay. So the positive cancels it out.
So wait, which one is the positive?
So 2 is the positive, and then you have a 2 and a 1 is a negative. So
that's how I read it.
That's how I read it. So the 2, the 2 and the 2 cancel each other out, which means there was no success, and there was a 1, which means there was a failure. So what happens is this. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You're dead. This is what happens. It's okay. It's all over now. This is what happens. You go to turn the knob and open the door, and the 2 feet of water, you think this is going to be easy. I'll open it, the water will pour out. But the problem is, the minute you turn that knob and the latch unclicks, the weight of the water, as well as the zombie fighting against it, overtake you quite easily, and it knocks your right foot straight out from under you. Now, you still stand on your other foot. However, quite quickly, the zombie bursts through. And rather than pushing you back, he actually holds on you. So he grabs your shirt very quickly. So give me a physical roll.
Vitality?
Yeah.
Wait, what's it grabbing on to?
Your chest hair. Your penis.
I don't have any chest hair.
Fine, he grabs your shoulder.
I think I should get a bonus.
And it rips into your skin. Oh no! Fine, he grabs on you, but we'll give you a bonus because you're not wearing a shirt. Fair enough.
All
Made the right-
So we're gonna
All
give
right.
you two. We're gonna give you two positive rolls, and we're gonna give you one negative roll.
All right. All right. So that
That is the
neutral
2
roll.
cancels the 2, and the 5 is your only success. But what is your dexterity?
It's dexterity is 4,
Yeah.
so either way.
So no. So you did not succeed, but there are no negative consequences to the action. So what happens is he reaches in, he grabs your shoulder, and what I will say, because you are actually at this point the wake of the water is actually working in your favor, and rather than him keeping you in place, you do move back, but his nails tear along your shoulder as you do, and
That
he
sounds like a
reaches
pretty
out.
negative consequence.
Well, the other negative consequence with him me keeping you and biting you. So we'll say this is a much more positive one. So what happens is you move with the water, but the nails scratch along your skin. We're not talking about open gushing wound. We're talking about human nails on a human skin. Just very deep, deep, deep scratches.
Yeah, no potential for.
Well, we'll have to find out, won't we? But either way, you kind of reel back in pain as you let out a bit of a call, like, "Oh, fuck," as you move back. And he again kind of lunges forward, but with the water on your side now, you're very quickly to the end of the aisle, the counter.
Okay. And then I make my way to the window and I get in.
Okay. In one swift move, you run around the counter, you kind of dive out and kill David. No, you land in the water outside, and you can easily pop in the kayak.
Right on. I said, get in!
And as you do,
Alright.
lightning kind of erupts, and thunder just kind of echoes through the landscape all over, and the sky illuminates again. At this point, the sky is almost pitch black. And as you kind of slowly paddle away from the house, you see the man walk over to the window and again kind of reach out, moaning towards you, confused at his new surroundings. Just, and you guys paddle out towards the canal.
Yep.
Okay. Well, I got scratched, David. I don't know if that's a bad thing, but I think he just had dementia, so
Yeah.
I think we're okay.
Let's hope.
Yeah.
Even then, it's only nails.
It's
right?
only nails. Well, you know,
Long nails.
if he was in a nursing home, it's pretty nasty what gets under their nails, I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
So, where are you guys at?
Let's see. Okay, so I asked Justin to look at the map, like as well as he can through the plastic bag.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
but,
he memorized a lot of the streets, not necessarily the canal system.
I feel like
No.
I would want to go where people are.
I want to go where the people are. I want to go, I want to see them dancing, walking
that's
around
what's
on
fun.
those. What's the word again? Zombie feet. Perfect.
So should we try and go to like the local sort of, I don't know, bar or
Okay, so that is kind of your plan. And as you guys paddle out to the canals, you notice that it starts picking up speed. And you actually only have one paddle. So who's paddling? David
who
will
has,
be, actually.
who has this? I've got it, but who has a stronger?
Well, I'm going to say you wouldn't have time because you're paddling out, getting away from it, trying to think of it. And as you get out to the canal, you already are being taken by a current. So now, David, because you're holding it, rather than being like, here, Justin, take over, you're kind of like, trying to fight the current, which is very quickly starting to bring you down towards the south. So give me a strength test. And we're going to say you have fast reflexes. Would that work here? I'm going to say no. So why don't you give me one positive and one negative roll.
Okay. Oh shit!
Okay, so you succeeded.
I did.
Because the one is a success, but you also have a disadvantage. So you manage to get the paddle in the water and hold it with enough force to slow your kayak down. But unfortunately, I'm going to say it's a two-sided paddle in the kayak. With the amount of force you're doing it, the end of the paddle just kind of bends back and snaps a little bit, giving you less mobility on one side. you can still use the paddle very well. And again, now that you've kind of succeeded at that, you can definitely control it, but you're very limited in the directions you can go, either left or right. But quickly, you do realize that it's not going to be worth very much because it starts picking up speed and faster. As Justin, you kind of turn around and ask him,
where are we going? Where does the south take us? The south will take us to...
So the south is taking you to the main land, so to speak. So it is kind of working to your advantage, at least you think.
Yeah.
But with the speed at which you're passing, you're starting to get nervous at the inability to control the kayak that you're in.
Yeah, I would, at that point, I would kind of give up on trying to actually paddle. I would just use one side of the paddle, because I'm more of a canoer rather than a kayaker anyway. So I'd use that just to try and steer.
And that's exactly it. So you have the absolute ability to steer. And luckily, because the current is pushing you into boats and other things in the shore, with the success, you are able to steer away from them. Luckily so, because as you come around the bend, you do see that on either side of the canal, there are people standing. Through the flashes of lightning you see on the horizon, the silhouettes of people standing there, slowly reaching forward and walking into the water from their houses. And for a moment, the two of you share a look and realize just exactly how deep you are in the shit. What are you guys thinking as you're doing this?
I'm thinking, is it better just to go out to sea? Live a life away from the mainland?
Let's go to sea in a kayak.
With an open face kayak.
Hey, we've got a full backpack of food, man. You know how long that'll last us? Donuts are probably soggy now. Damn it, those are good donuts.
Do we keep on trying?
So they're on both sides of the canal, eh?
Yeah.
All right, what are our options? I look at the map, and are there other canals?
So you're very quickly approaching from the direction of the canals. You're guessing, and again, it's so tough because you're basically looking at the map through flashes of lightning. So all you can really tell is that you might be heading south. But sure enough, as you are coming up to the end of the canal system, you can see kind of the typical roundabout ending to it. The water has risen so much so that you can almost float over the landlocked area into the more open area before the main strip of Fort Lauderdale. But as you do, so again, the water is flooded so much so that you're going over a landlocked part, and as you do, it slowly begins to slow down a little bit. Maybe 500 meters forward, you see the strip, the now flooded strip of Fort Lauderdale, where the small shops dot the sidelines, or the either side of the street. But as you do, you come over the crescent, and you slow for a moment, and you feel something. A tug. Something dips the front end of your kayak. And as you stop, almost to a complete stop, Justin, you in the front seat, look down, and you see a set of murky hands from the water below you, holding on to the tip of the kayak, and slowly they pull it down in a quick motion. And you just see in the flashes of lightning the fingertips sticking up on either side of the kayak.
Did you bring one of those knives, David?
No, but you got one of those pans, right? Oh no, we didn't take the can. Oh wait, we took a butter knife to spread peanut butter.
Okay.
You know what? I am going to take. Yeah, I'm just gonna punch. I'm just gonna punch it.
Do it. Give me a physical roll because you're attacking it, not the defensive, but the other one, not the vitality, but the other one. I can't remember what it's called.
Dexterity.
Dexterity.
So
Is that
I'm going
physical?
to. Yeah, I'm gonna get down on my knees and put my knees where my feet go in the kayak slots.
Got it.
So I'm stable.
Okay.
And I am going to, as hard as I can, whack.
Okay.
Heads.
And as you're doing this, you do notice that other heads, just about this high of the head, are kind of wading in the water towards you. And you can tell that this hand holding the tip of your canoe and slowly bringing it under the water is something that is very, very bad. And David, you see what's happening at the front of the canoe, and as you do, you see a head floating, walking on the very shallow water towards you.
Yeah, I take the already broken end of my paddle and hit him in the head.
Okay, so Justin and David, why don't you both give me a 1 for 1? 1 positive, 1 negative, unless you can justify another positive.
I am nimble.
I mean,
If I'm bashing, if I were to try to like pry them off, would that be more nimble?
yes, I will give you that. If you want to try to pry them, I will say you can have 2 for 1.
All right.
And for me, my quick reflexes will help with quickly. I see them and I go.
Sure, if you're kind of stabbing them and you're kind of being like quick, like what? Sure, yeah, okay.
It's not like a pure force thing. It's more.
Hey, I'm not an unfair person. I say you could justify, you can do it. So sure, let's say 2 for 1 for each of you. So Justin, you rolled.
Yeah, I got 2 successes and a failure by the looks of it.
Okay, so you can pry the fingers off of the tip of the canoe, but as you do, what's a relatively fair failure? I will say, did you have anything of importance on your person? I'm going to say the map. Oh, yeah. I'm going to say the map slips in the water and just floats away. And David, what's your?
So I need to roll 3?
Yeah, 3. 2 successes or 2 positive and 1 negative.
Oh shit. Sorry.
That's
so
fine.
2, 1, 3.
So 2, 1, 3. So that's 2 successes and a failure. So same type of thing. So what I will say is that you very easily knock back a zombie, and as you do, you actually notice that you kind of got a 2 for 1. You hit a zombie, and it must have been that they were holding on to each other or something, because he pulled a head that was actually under the canoe. You didn't even notice, and immediately you felt the canoe bob up a little bit as if he was holding it down, and so very quickly he gets loose. However, as you do so, you poop your pants a little bit. No, I'm going to say the combined, because losing the map is pretty detrimental, I'm going to say the combined actions of what the two of you did lost the map. So the combination of Justin leaning forward as well as the bobbing action of David's success is what lost the map, because it kind of just thrust you forward at the wrong moment. But in an instant, the canoe or the kayak is set free, and you guys continue floating towards Fort Lauderdale. And as you do, again, the flashes of lightning begin to subside, and the downpour torrential type rain, which you've kind of constantly been trying to wade out of the kayak, also momentarily sets aside. And as you slowly drift into downtown Fort Lauderdale, or the main strip, I should say, it becomes eerily quiet in a matter of minutes. And you enter town. The kayak slowly slides in. The waves are still a bit, up and down, but much less so. And as you do, you see a sea of the roofs of cars, dotting for as far as the eye can see up and down. The flickering lights of the street lamps shows that there is still a little electricity running through these waters. Whether that's good or bad at this point is you've yet to find out. But your car kind of dots on the taps on the roofs of these cars, and you realize that to navigate through this sea of cars would be quite difficult with a kayak.
Mm. Okay, and they're not parked in like a parking lot style. They're parked.
They're parked on either side of the road, right? So it's kind of like a laneway, but because the current is still relatively strong, they're kind of just bumping you against the roofs of cars.
And how high is the water level now?
Now, I mean, if again, I don't really know, but let's say if the roof of a car is 5 to 6 feet, the water level would at least be 4, because most cars are only sticking up just, or maybe a foot above the water, depending on if they're like an SUV or something.
Well, I'm short. That's one of my things, so I kind of had to stay in the kayak.
True, if you wanted to get out, yes. If you wanted to get out and try to walk on the water, yes. But you do notice as you're looking around that the cars are pretty close together.
Yeah, but that only lasts so long. Sorry.
So the current is pushing us against the cars.
The current is pushing you against the cars. And you probably could move forward, but you can tell that it would be a lot more difficult.
Okay. Are there any like vans or anything like that?
Yeah, there are a few vans.
All right.
Again, all you can see of them is the maybe foot or 2 feet sticking out of the water.
Well, given the fact that we were almost attacked by a bunch of walking people, like in the water, I wouldn't want to risk staying still again, because that would just make it easier for them to attack us.
I agree.
Like I would legitimately try to keep staying in the kayak. Like I know.
Yeah, I would
For sure.
legitimately too.
Hey, look, there's nothing that's... I ain't trying to point you no way. I'm just telling you what the facts is now.
All right, so let's keep pushing ourselves along. David, tell me if you think this is a dumb idea. If we can get to a car that is... Well, if we can get to a big enough opening that'll allow the kayak to get through and let the current take us further south, like going further south will take us where? If we take the current past this wall of cars, where will it take us? Because what I'm thinking is if we can find a gap in the cars or a
tall enough van close to a balcony or something.
Yeah, a tall van close to a balcony, or a standard van that we could put into neutral, and then let the current take it back. The only problem with that is that you'd have to sit and
be underwater while you're doing it.
Yeah, I would not do that.
If it was a van, then you'd still be above water, I guess. But
I wouldn't risk it.
Yeah,
if we could find like a transport truck or something, though I don't think there's really parking in the canal.
No, I wouldn't say so either. Maybe is there a canoe on the top of one of the cars?
What I'm also thinking, what I'm wondering is, have we figured out this is zombies by now?
Yes, I think so.
Are
in
we
the water.
are we wondering what the causes could be at this point, or are we in panic mode? Because like, what happens if it has something to do with the water? What happens if they've infected the water?
Yeah, it might be that. Maybe the water. Might be an infection. I saw that guy's eyes were really bloodshot, so... Look at my eyes. Are they bloodshot?
No, you look great.
Do you want to roll for that?
Yes?
Okay, so it's tough to see in the dark. I'll tell you right now. You won't be able to tell unless you have a flashlight, and you don't have a flashlight.
Okay. I have my phone, right?
Your phone was at 50% battery, and you've been in the water for how long?
Yeah, we still got it, though.
Ziploc bag.
What kind of phone do you have, David? Hold it up. Okay, it has a light on it. Let's say you can shine a light on it, for sure. So, You shine a light in the middle of a dark street, and you hear calls from all around you, drawn to the light.
Shit!
It can't be that dark. There's street lights on.
I said flickering, but either way, you shine the very bright, distracting light in Justin's eyes, and you can see that they are normal looking. And you feel relief as you do. As you shine the light, you hear a calling. Hey! Hey! And turning towards it, you see a very large two-story building. And on the balcony, in the darkness, you just see a figure kind of waving at you like this.
How could we get to you? We're stuck. The current is pushing us against this impenetrable wall of cars.
And as he calls out to you, you hear a clash of thunder that kind of mutes him. And after a moment, the wind again picks up, and you see him momentarily turn around and go inside whatever building he was coming from. And again, you see the building. It's a large purple two-story building with a green roof. It looks like maybe a restaurant of some sort. You can't quite see in the darkness. But
is it on this side, or do we have to fight the current to get to it?
It is on the side that you are currently blown against. but maybe, I don't know, again, a good 10, I don't know, what's a good amount? A good distance from where you are right now. You either have to get out of the canoe and swim, or you can try hopping across the roofs of cars,
Okay,
or you can try maneuvering the canoe across, but it would take a great deal of effort.
well, David, I have an idea. We have to be
Okay.
very careful, but if we're both able to get on top of a car, then we can pull the canoe over onto the other side. The other side isn't going to have as strong of a current because the current
Blocked
is
by the
being
cars.
blocked by the cars, right? So if we
Yep.
can get the canoe over to that side, it's going to help us a lot.
So we only need to go up to a car, get out. One of us get out, hold the canoe, hold the kayak, while the other person gets out and we put it over, which is
Correct.
considerably easier than all the options,
All the options. I think
right?
so. There's still a risk. I mean,
Yeah.
the tops of these cars are going to be slick. We have to be very
Yeah.
careful.
Yeah. But it's better
Luckily, I
than
brought
running
my
in.
luckily I brought my rubber-soled swimming shoes.
Nice.
Divers shoes, yeah.
I love that album.
Rubber sole, yeah.
So you don't have rubber sole swimming shoes, so you're gonna slip extra slippy. Just for trying to negate that challenge, I'm gonna punish you. Do you actually have rubber sole? Do you honestly, in all honesty, have
No,
like
no, no. I
slippery?
wouldn't
I
believe it.
didn't think so. So you're
I
gonna be
have
barefoot.
I have
I know Justin, and he would be barefoot.
I
I would be
have
barefoot.
I have
I know you would.
Vans shoes.
Would you wear them, or would you be barefoot?
I would be wearing the shoes.
Really? You get your
Remember,
shoes soaked.
remember I said that earlier? Or earlier I said that I was wearing my shoes.
Okay. No, I don't want to punish you. I just want to make sure you're playing how you would play. And I know Justin
Yeah.
would be barefoot because I know
I
him.
wouldn't be barefoot.
The guy's
Barefoot,
probably barefoot right now.
no. You'd have really good grip. The bottoms of your feet are made for grip. They're
Let's
pretty
find out. Let's find out when you step on the roof of this car. So
Well,
there's
this is in your
four
world.
there's four large cars before you. Any particular one you want to go for?
The largest? I don't know. The one that has the do any of them have those tracks on the roof for
Nice. Good call.
canoes or any of that type of
Yes,
stuff?
one of them does.
Okay, then we make our way over to that one.
Okay, so you make your way over to that one, and you're lucky.
Hey, that's
Okay,
good. Left is
so
good.
you step out onto the roof of the car solidly. Who gets out first?
I would say Justin does because I still have the paddle, so it's going to be easier for him to grab on and hold me,
Okay.
hold the kayak next
Hold
to it.
you. Okay, so
Is that fair, Justin?
That's okay. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got this. We're at this car with the grip.
Yep.
The tread.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll get out and brace myself. I'm gripping on very tight
Okay.
with my nimble fingers, so that
Okay.
I don't. My uncoordinated body doesn't mess up.
To add to it, I give him the paddle to hold on to as well to help me stay pulled in.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know.
Roll a dexterity. We'll give you 3 positives and 1 negative. Justin.
Oh, nice. All right.
Well, 1 for the action, 1 for the nimble, and 1 for the bonus from David.
So I'm gonna roll the positives first. Oh,
Okay.
okay. So do they cancel out?
Nope, you don't cancel out. Only if the double's on the other side.
Oh, very nice. Good. So I got 1
I ended up with a
positive.
5 and a 4.
Yeah, I've got a 4 dexterity, so the positive, and then I cancel out one of them.
Yep, so you have a success. So you managed to make it on the roof of that car fairly easily. David helps you, and sure enough, as you're standing there, you feel pretty confident about doing this. But as you look back towards David,
No buts. I didn't get any failures.
I'm not failing you. I'm saying I'm giving you another advantage.
Oh,
You
nice.
notice something behind David. Just the top of something's head, bobbing in the water, slowly approaching from behind David,
David,
giving
look
you an
out.
advantage.
There is something coming behind you.
I quickly scramble onto the car as well.
Okay, so as you do, with Justin's kind of mention of it, it gives you enough time to quickly put your foot on the car and your other. And as you do, something reaches up towards you, and for a moment, in the lightning flashes, you see the eyes of a creature staring at you. Again, a man, but this one looks much different than the one at the house. It looks almost feral, almost inhuman, more animalistic. And it kind of, and as it does that, you can see the water pouring out of its lungs, and it continues to kind of grab, and it holds onto the canoe a little bit as it tries to help itself up, dipping the end of the canoe over and over into the water, because obviously it's tough to get into a kayak. I keep saying canoe, sorry, kayak. Anytime I say canoe, it's going to be kayak. Anytime I say kayak, it's going to be kayak.
And we're Canadian.
And we're Canadian, eh? So, like, they're the same, eh?
Yeah.
For some reason, you hose head.
Who are you calling a hose head, hoser?
All right, so, David, you are now on, but I'm going to make you roll dexterity, too.
Okay.
I will give you 2 bonuses. I'm going to give you 1 because you have good reflexes, and I'm going to give you 1 because of the actual activity. And I'm going to make you do 1 negative, so that's a total of 3. 2 positive, 1 negative.
Okay.
So it's a success, and it cancels out by the negative. So you ended up with no penalties, but a 6 on your positive die, which is not a success. So you step onto the roof of the car, and you feel pretty confident about the traction. But as you bring the second foot up, you reel back as you see the zombie lurch out of the water. With, let's be honest, Dave, you probably would. And with that kind of balance being off-thrown, you do slip and fall very hard into the roof of the car on your butt. And as you do, you hear a smash. And the back window of the truck that you are on breaks. And quickly, you hear the water fill the car below you. But as you do, you hear a clunking. And Justin, watching David fall by your feet, you help him up. But what you see is, as the back window smashed, whatever was in the back window got knocked and with the current brought to the front. And in the front of the window, you see lying at the top, just where there is enough space, you see a shotgun in the front window of the van.
Ooh.
Oh.
A shotgun.
You have the longer limbs. So.
I do have the longer limbs, but is it not waterlogged? Would it not be waterlogged?
No, because it was the inside of the car, at least up until that point, was only leaking in through the bottom. Once the back window smashed with the pressure change, it smashed, the water flushed in the car, and basically flushed the shotgun to the front of the window. So it is actually pretty okay.
What kind of shotgun is it?
Do you know the difference between shotguns?
Does it look like a shotgun that carries more than 2 rounds?
It looks like a double-barrel shotgun.
So double barrel? Dude, that's only 2 shots, even if we do get it.
Yeah, 2 shots
Unless
could
there's
save
ammo
our
in there.
life.
2 shots could save our life, yes. And I know that God has this way about him that if I don't take it, then there's going to be some situation where I'm going to die in because I don't have it. And he's going to make it blatantly obvious that if I had a shotgun, I would survive that encounter. But anyways, I peek my head under the over the window to see. So where is it? Can I reach for it? Can I grab it easily?
No, it's kind of locked. It's behind the front window, and either side window are shut. The only access right now is the back window, which is broken open, or if you want to figure out a way to smash either the front or side windows.
Honestly, dude, there is a zombie crawling up the front of this car. I don't know what is in that car, but the window smashed for some reason. I say we just keep going.
Yeah, no.
2 shots might save our life someday, but this might kill me right now if I try to go for it.
No, that's... Yeah, how close is that other zombie?
It's still on the kayak, but it can't quite get up because every time it tries to reach for the kayak tips. It's like me trying to get into a kayak.
I don't know. What do you think, Justin? You still think the same?
I think we just take the kayak and go.
We can't take the kayak though, can we?
Yeah, you can. You can still. I mean, there are you can still grab it and try to pull it over.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's do that. Both of us at the same time?
Yeah. No, one person needs to stand to steady it. I'll steady it. You get in.
No, I'm not
And
getting back in.
In the kayak?
Yeah, because it's still on the side.
Still on the other side. You
we
pull it over.
got to get it on the other side. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so yeah, we pull it over at the same time to the other side. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
and then Justin steadies, and I get in.
Okay, so you both reach down to grab it, and it's going to take a pretty significant roll to get over it. However, because you're both doing it, I'm going to give you 2 positive rolls, but I'm also going to give you 2 negatives because of the difficulty of the challenge, as well as the fact that there's a zombie actually holding on to it. So only one of you, can give me. But what is your strength each?
Dexterity?
Sorry, dexterity.
Or vitality.
Your physical offense. Oh, we'll use your vitality actually.
Mine is 2.
Mine is also 2.
Okay, so we'll bump it up by 1 because of the combined, but we'll also give you a positive roll. So you're looking for 3 or under. Only one of you is going to roll, and it's going to be a 2 positive, 2 negative. Who wants to do it?
You do it, David.
Yeah?
I have faith. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey. Okay, so you definitely got a success,
Okay.
but you have 2 negative die. So you succeeded. But something bad happened when you were trying to pull the kayak with the zombie attached to it over to the other side.
But this is for both of us still.
Oh, yep.
So it's not just David.
No, it's for both of you. Don't worry.
We both get bitten.
I punish equally. So as you pull over the kayak, the zombie still clings, but you realize... No, that wouldn't make sense. So you pull the kayak over, and the zombie actually comes with it. And as you do, you give it the opportunity to scramble up towards you. And very quickly, it grabs on to 1 to 2, 3 to 4, David's leg. So David, it grabs onto your leg. And as it goes to bite you, which it does, rather than just pulling itself up, it does pull, but it attempts to pull you towards it. So give me a dexterity roll for you, David.
Yeah.
Clear your dice first off, and give me a dexterity.
Plus my quick reflexes.
I will give you a bonus for that. So what I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to make you do 2 positive and 1 negative die.
Okay, 1, 2, so 3 die.
Yeah. So it's going to be a 2, a 1 for your positive, and a 5 for your negative. So
2 successes.
you succeeded twice. So as he reaches forward to bite you, you actually pull your leg up very quickly. He doesn't even grab you, and actually, as he reaches, he gives himself a terrible opportunity to fall back from off the kayak. So he used the kayak to get pulled up. He reached out towards you, but got greedy in his attempt to try to bite you, and actually fell back when he missed. But because you lifted your leg, you lost balance, and you slipped off, or you began falling, and as you tried to catch yourself, you actually slipped off right to the back of the van, and you landed square in the water, and for a second, your whole body goes under, just... And like slow motion, you open your eyes as the flashes of lightning illuminate the water, and you can see all the dead bodies under the water floating by, the wreckages, the tires, bits of metal, other zombies just on the cusp of what you can't see, and you quickly bring your head above water, and you're right next to the broken window of the van as Justin stands over you, staring wide-eyed with the kayak still in hand.
Let's go, David. I reach my hand to you, and I say, "Come on, let's go. We got to get out of here."
Yeah. I grab his hand and I get up.
Okay, and as you go to reach for his hand, you notice that the shotgun is only just... You would have to put the top of your body in, but you could easily reach the shotgun if you wanted.
Was I able to see in the vehicle at all when I went underneath?
No, but from your position now, you can. Like you're kind of at water
Like,
level.
there's obviously no zombies in it.
No, there are no zombies in it.
Okay. I. Uh, how far away is that other zombie?
It looks like the current took him down a little more, but you can't quite tell because the flash of lightning that illuminated the water has passed.
You know what? In that moment, I'd be trying to get back on top of the car. As much as I want the
Okay.
shotgun, I would be getting back up on the top of the car.
So in a moment of weakness, you quickly decide, you go, should I get the shotgun? But you grab Justin's hand, and together...
A moment of weakness?
Well, meaning that you... Well, yeah, it is.
You are tempted for the shotgun, but...
Exactly. It's a moment of weakness.
I thought you said in a moment of weakness, I don't take the shotgun. I thought
No. Well, what I mean to say is, you're tempted by the appeal of the shotgun, but you don't take it.
Okay.
So you grab Justin's hand. He lifts you back up to the roof of the car, and now soaking from head to toe, you together pull the kayak on the other side, and very easily you climb back in, able to paddle towards the house where the man called.
Okay.
So, as you paddle over and you approach, the kind of building comes into view, and you do see it looks like a restaurant, the Blue Oyster restaurant, seafood restaurant, relatively nice, and you can see that there's a nice wraparound porch on the second level. And as you approach, again, the wind now dying down, the current between the cars on the main strip still pouring, but the current from where you are right now is relatively still. And as you kind of come up to the building, you notice that the double doors to the front of it are open. And very quietly, you kind of approach, and silently your kayak kind of slides in, and the area between the open door and the restaurant is only about a foot, but you can manage to lie down flat as the roof. What?
As we're going in, I say, David, did we agree to go in here?
Okay, so no. Okay,
doing this?
Fair enough. So you're out front. Sorry, I got excited. So what's the plan?
I feel like we should go in there. Dude.
Yeah, let's go in.
Okay, so
that's where the man was coming from, right?
Yeah, there was a man on the second level that was signaling you. So you enter the kind of waterlogged restaurant. And as you do, you crouch down, and once you're in, it's almost like a cavern of, very bizarre sight. Floated empty glasses, salt and pepper shakers just kind of floating along the still waters of the cavernous type restaurant interior. And quietly, you kind of paddle in, and you're now in a large open area. On the far end, you do see the tops of steps leading up to the second floor.
Yeah, let's go over there. Let's go.
Wait. I take a look around. Now, it's probably pretty dark in here, right?
Yes.
Are there any planks of wood floating in the water that might make for a makeshift weapon?
Yeah. Planks of wood.
There wouldn't be a 2x4 floating around, but.
I'm gonna say no. I mean, I think there would be weapons.
Maybe a golf bag. And a
what would be a seafood restaurant?
lonely iron in it.
I would give you an umbrella from the umbrella stand by the front door.
I will take an umbrella. Wait, but how big is the umbrella?
It's a large umbrella.
Florida.
It's hefty. Yeah.
Wait, no. But is it like a sun umbrella for a picnic table?
No, like a rain umbrella.
Oh, okay, cool.
But it's folded up and flat. You can whack someone with it.
I will reach into the water quietly and take it.
Okay, so as you reach into the water to take it, the umbrella floats right next to a round, sort of just about this size. It's just kind of protruding from the water about yay high.
That's right next to that.
I see a lot of tops heads.
And as you reach out to the umbrella, you grab that and you pull back. And as you do, the umbrella hits whatever this is. And sure enough, it just turns back and you see a face, a waterlogged, dead face just float back. And as it turns, it continues to turn. And you see the severed area where the neck and the body are now decapitated. And it just kind of turns as you pull the umbrella towards you. And for a moment, do any of you have a weak stomach?
No.
It's cool.
Any of you, what are your negatives?
My negatives, short, too analytical,
We gotta change that.
too trusting.
Too analytical. Too analytical.
We gotta change that too.
You
What
can
are
play
your
that
negatives,
into-
Justin?
Uncoordinated, questionable memory, and terrible liar.
Okay. Okay. No, that's fine. So yeah,
Got a
it
pretty
just
strong
turns.
stomach.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. But you
Right.
you are still like, oh my god,
Yeah, oh, that's messed up.
did you see a human head?
Yeah. All right. So, let's keep going.
Yeah. Let's
So,
go to the stairs.
So as you continue to the stairs, you start your eyes adjusting to the darkness. You start to see some of the shapes that are floating in the water, benches from the restaurant, bar stools, things like that. And as you get to the bottom of the stairs, you see a figure lying face down, arms stretched out, legs apart, almost as a starfish, lying face down in the water,
Like right in front of the stairs?
right in front of the stairs.
Just our luck, Justin.
well, he could be dead. He might be the body of the headless guy.
Yeah.
It does look like there's a head on it, though.
Ah.
Maybe he had two heads. Maybe he was a Siamese twin.
Mm.
Let's
One could
call
only
that.
hope.
At the blue oyster.
Should we like try to go really fast? We've only got one paddle, unless you break the other end of the paddle, and then I can.
I
use the other end of
say
the paddle.
I say we just kind of like, should we try and like if you take the what's it called, the umbrella, and just kind of like just touch it to see if anything happens, but enough where it's not like a dexterity thing. It's like or an agility thing. It's just kind of like a. Does that make
I
sense?
just got this umbrella. It does make sense though.
Yeah,
I
you
like
could
it.
try that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just a little bit to see if it moves, to see if it's worth taking my paddle to like get
Okay,
it out of the way.
describe it to me then.
Like what?
So there is a body in front of the stairs, right?
Yep.
Floating, face down. How far in front of the stairs is it?
It's right at the stairs,
Right at the stairs. So there's no way getting around it. We have to go through it.
unfortunately. Can't go under it, gotta go through it.
Now roll.
And how far of a jump is it?
How far would it jump? Like if you want to jump over it?
Yeah, how far would that be?
There's not enough space between the roof. Like the roof is only about here.
Oh, I see.
You
right,
guys are
okay.
like well up, right?
Right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, but it was a bigger area. This isn't like a balcony area.
No, this is the main floor of the restaurant. But what you imagine, based on the water outside and the water level in here, what you imagine is, or rather the roof level, that maybe it has a lip going up into the restaurant because the roof is relatively low. Even sometimes you guys kind of have to turn your heads as you go around ceiling fans and things.
Okay. What if I wake it up, David? Because that's going to be bad.
It's better than us going closer to it. I don't know. Should we look for other staircases? I don't think there would be any.
I don't think so either. No, I think you're right. I'm going to poke it. Poke it.
Very quickly.
When in doubt, poke the zombie. All right,
Because
so
it might
Justin,
make it-
If it is a zombie, all the other zombies that we've seen have been conscious.
So what? Wait. So what do you propose we do if it wakes up?
Make a quick escape.
Backwards, back the way we came.
I don't know. I don't know. Use your charisma to distract it? No.
Could try to swim under it.
But then if it was a zombie, it wouldn't see us.
True. Do we have any rope?
No, you don't have any. Don't have any fucking rope.
No. What kind of a kayak is this? Yeah. All right. I'm gonna poke it.
Do it. So, you
Really
pull out
quickly.
your umbrella, and slowly, in the dark, cavernous roof of the Blue Oyster restaurant, you reach out. Slowly next to you, napkin dispensers kind of float, just listlessly in the liquid. And you can hear the dripping water from the roof. And as you reach out, you poke the body. And with a strong poke, it just kind of continues moving away from you. And as it hits the wall, it kind of turns. And there in the dark, you see the face reveal itself. And it is me, dead, lying there, waterlogged again, my face cavernous with cracks and scratches. But you can tell that I am beyond dead.
Can you believe it, David? He didn't invite us out for dinner. They came the freaking thing, and they did not even have the nerve to call us and say, "Hey, David, Justin, would you want to go for dinner?"
I wanted to kill Chris, but I thought myself would be better. It hurts my feelings more.
Serves you right, Harlan.
All I would be
Serves
thinking
you
at
right.
this point, all I've been thinking at this point is where is my other?
And at that moment, you hear a call from upstairs. Come in here, quick!
Okay, so even though we're stunned, I quickly, not stunned, but like kind of in shock about it a little bit. We paddle
Give me a
forward.
little bit of sadness.
No, we're sad. We don't like we don't have time to hold a vigil or something.
What?
No,
Make
David,
time.
we should light some candles.
The
Let's light
Invictus
some
Stream will care about my
We
loss.
we take all of our belongings and just throw them in the water, and you're on.
Aisha, hold a vigil for me, please.
Anyway, okay, so we go towards the stairs, very mournfully.
Okay.
Make our way to the stairs.
Yeah, of course. So you paddle to the stairs, but obviously it's dry going up, so you have to leave the kayak?
Yeah.
Or do you want to carry it, or what?
candles. Just sit it out and scrape ourselves.
Portage!
Stairs.
Okay, so you get out of the kayak, and you head up.
Is there a landing on these stairs? Could we bring it up to the landing?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Yeah, you can bring it up to the middle area, for sure.
Okay, let's do that.
So, does anyone have... There's no perception in this game. I know there's not.
Logic used in the past.
I'm going to say sure. Why don't you someone give me a logic roll?
I've got
no,
3.
You have 3, so no penalty. Just give me one logic roll.
Okay. Okay. Oh, nice.
Okay. As you're walking up the stairs, you notice something you hadn't noticed before. You smell a familiar scent. You can't seem to place it at first, but you do smell something. And as your foot hits the middle of the steps, a man looks down towards you and says, "Come up here, quick! Thank God!"
Thank God. What's wrong?
Thank God that there are other survivors. And he walks over and sits down. And as you approach, you see that this is the second layer of the restaurant, but a lot of tables are kind of pushed aside, and there are like kind of supplies and like backpacks in one corner. There's a small candle, and he's an older man, maybe in his 50s, with a thick mustache and glasses. And you can see him as he kind of turns towards you. He's wearing a raincoat. And he walks over to the bar and he pours himself a shot of something and takes a drink.
Well, what's your name?
My name is Edward.
Edward, I'm Justin. This is David.
Justin, David. Thank God there are other survivors.
What's your story? What happened to you?
Oh, I was with my family. We drove down here for the day to the beach, but so quickly the weather turned. And he kind of just stares off for a moment. I met up with the survivors, but
What happened to them?
I can't talk about it. And he walks over to the bar and he pours himself another drink.
I am going to give David a raised eyebrow look.
Okay. I'll say, were any of the survivors were any of the survivors downstairs with you?
Thank you. It's my father meowing at the door. Were any of the survivors downstairs with you?
Yeah, because you said there was a survivor party. I would immediately be thinking about our friends and the fact that you were there.
And he says, yeah. When one of them passed, we threw the body down there.
Wait, where are the rest?
They decided to seek shelter somewhere else. I don't know where.
Do you have any idea of which way they went? Do you think that we should go there?
No, I'm not too sure. I think they might have gone north to find shelter.
And I separate myself from David, and I make my way over to the far side of the room.
Yeah, so if someone wants to roll logic, too, that would be...
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you a roll of 1 logic and 2 negative.
Empathy? Could I do empathy?
Sure, give me an empathy.
All right. So I'm likable, but I'm a terrible liar, so just remember that. So how much am I rolling?
1 positive. Oh, we'll give you 2 positive, but we're going to give you 2 negative.
2 negatives.
Because you're trusting.
That's not on my sheet, man.
I thought you said you were
trusting. Not on my sheet. So 2 successes, 2 failures. No, that's David.
Oh, okay. Well, either way. 2 successes, 2 failures? Yeah. And what are you asking him?
I'm just walking over to the other side of the room. And I'm just getting a feel.
Oh, then you succeed at walking to the other side of the room.
With my empathy. I walk with empathy to the other side of the room.
Are you not asking anything?
I kind of want to get a read on him. I'm just based on...
Okay. So, well, like, empathy is more, like, trying to convince him of something.
I understand. But I'm thinking about what emotion is he feeling right now.
Okay.
I'm trying to gauge that.
Well, that's not... You can't really... I don't think you can roll empathy to find that out, though. I think empathy is more...
to get, like, kind of connection. You kind of have these...
Yeah, you can connect to him. Like, he put it this way. He trusts you.
Okay.
Now. That was a success. He's like, I can trust you. But it's not like... Well, that's what empathy is.
Yeah.
What's the other one? There's empathy and there's something else.
There's charisma. Charisma is more like how likable you are, so I'm just kind of...
Yeah. I don't know. They both seem sort of defensive in a way. But, like, I don't know.
I don't know, you can charm a person into spilling out the truth.
Yeah, you definitely can, but, like, But you got to give me what truth you're looking for, right? Like, if you're just trying to ascertain whether he's something, you got to still say something to catch him in a truth, or you know what I mean, like.
Right.
In real life, if you met someone and you kind of got a bad vibe from him, is that what you're looking for? Because I can give you that much.
Yes. So empathy is the experience of understanding another person's condition from their perspective. You place yourself in their shoes of what.
Yeah. So you definitely see him as distraught.
Distraught. Yeah. So I walk to the other side of the room, and what does the room look like? It's a table, like there's tables and chairs and.
Yeah, so again, most of them are pushed to the sides, and there is a kind of a rounder bar. You know what? Let me draw it for you. I don't have Alex's skills, but Deborah. So these are the stairs you walked up. There is a round bar here. That's a flat wall there. Oh, nice. And out here is a balcony that he called to you from. Okay. Other than that, all the chairs and tables are kind of pushed against this wall, and this is just a large open area.
Oh,
And
okay.
there's a bartender. I'll keep doing detail while you're doing
And there's a bartender?
that. Sorry, like a bar.
A bar.
Two big
All
tenders.
right.
Yeah.
Well, I say to him as I make my way to the balcony, so why didn't you go with them, Edward?
And then he says, I didn't I didn't know if my family was still alive. I came down here with my wife and my daughter, and I got separated from them. And I wasn't sure if they made it, and I had to stay here in case they were still alive. And you can see he kind of says it with a bit of, being ashamed.
Hmm. Well, I can tell you're pretty distraught right now. I'm sorry to hear that you were separated.
Hmm. And yeah, I'm just gonna. Yeah, stuff. Okay, no, continue.
And I say David and I were separated from our friends. They went out over to uh, the marsh, and we haven't seen
Oh,
them.
the Everglades.
The Everglades, yeah, yeah. You know, we didn't go, but we haven't heard anything from them. But we were asleep, and we were asleep for way longer than normal. Tell me, when did the storm start?
He said, "Oh, I don't know, 5 hours ago almost. It happened so quick.
Yeah, and then the reports didn't. There weren't any reports of anything like this.
There was barely anything. It happened again. It just picked up out of nowhere."
Well, we've got some food here. Uh, we can share it with you, Edward. Um,
And he kind of, as you say that, he kind of eyes your bag.
yeah.
Hope you like
Are you,
donuts.
are you hungry? Soggy donuts. Are you hungry right now, Edward?
And he says, "No, I'm pretty good."
All right. Well, thank you very much for gesturing to us out on the balcony.
And he says, "What kind of food do you have?"
Well, we've got some carrots, we've got some peanut butter and jelly, and some pita wraps. Um, we've
He says,
got
"Do you have anything? Do you have anything to fight these things? Do you have any weapons?"
Just this paddle.
knives.
You just have that paddle.
Yeah. We saw a gun out at that car over there, but it was by
And
now
he
it's
says,
already flooded in.
"What about a drink? Do you guys want a drink?"
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds good.
And he walks over to behind the bar, and he pours out 3 shots, and he kind of says, and he takes a drink and shoots it back down.
And I do this shot.
You too. I
Dead.
take another one. Yeah.
And he says, "Another?"
No, that's it for me.
And you
Half.
can see,
Half.
and he's standing behind the bar, and he's kind of nodding.
You tell
And
you
he's
can
kind
take
of,
a lot.
he
Yeah.
shakes
Sorry.
his head,
And I say, what else you got back there? And I start making my way behind the bar.
and as you do, he pulls a pistol out,
Uh,
and he points it at you, Justin.
hmm
And he says, "I don't want to have to hurt you, but I will. Leave your
What is it
bag.
that you want? You want the bag, Edward?
Just leave the bag
All
and get
right,
out of here."
David.
Okay.
Bag down. I'm gonna
Yes.
start. We're gonna start making our way towards the door, and we're gonna put the bag down once we get to the door.
Put the bag down now. and leave. And you can tell he's nervous and he's been drinking.
Yeah.
I say, David. Okay, you make your way to the door. David will put the bag down at the door.
You
I
have the
will
bag, though,
leave
don't you?
after him. Do I have the bag?
Yeah, who's the bag?
Uh,
I thought you had the bag, Justin.
oh yeah, I guess I have the bag. I gave
Yeah.
it to David in the kayak, but
Well,
I guess I'd have the bag because I had to pull the map out.
we'll say Justin has the bag either way.
Yeah.
And he holds the gun and he says, "Drop the bag and make your way
Alright.
to the door."
So
All right.
we,
So David is by the door, right?
yeah.
Yeah. And he's starting to dance the gun between you two. You can see him getting really jumpy.
Okay. And I
Yeah.
say I'm putting the bag down. And I'm gonna do a charisma check.
Okay. Do it.
I don't want him to be too angry or afraid. So,
So you're likable, so I'll give you one. You're doing the thing, so I'll give you another one. And he's got he obviously one for the challenge, and
I'm gonna say two
We'll
negative.
see. I'll say 3. No, I'll say 2 positive, 1 negative because
Okay. I'll roll positive first. Ooh, no good. And I'll roll a negative. No.
okay.
Yeah.
So you failed and you got a negative. So he looks at you as you try. Do you want to say what you tried to say?
Sure. And I say, I'm gonna put the bag down. You want our food, you want our gear, you're more than welcome to it. And if you don't shoot me, you'll have 1 extra bullet to use against whatever those things are.
And he says, "I don't want to shoot you. Just leave your bag and get
Alright.
out of here."
So I put the bag down
Okay.
and I walk over to David.
And he follows you with the gun, obviously.
And can I do a? I just want to ask it, like, as we're leaving, where he said his party went. If he remembers.
What do you care?
They were our friends.
And he said, "I don't know. I don't know. They were gone when I showed up here."
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we start making our way downstairs.
Okay. So slowly start working your way downstairs, and as you reach the middle floor, he slowly raises the gun and kind of like almost shakes his head at himself, and he walks around and grabs your bag, kind of keeping an eye on you as you walk down. And yeah, you're at your kayak, now foodless, toolless. And David, as you reach the bottom floor, and the two of you kind of lock eyes for a moment, you recognize that smell that you had smelt walking up the stairs. It comes back to you, and you realize what it is. And it's the eggy, almost pungent aroma of propane.
I say, oh shit.
And as you
I say, Justin, that's propane.
and as you kind of realize this, yeah, that he goes that. You do realize that behind the bar, you see like bubbles on the surface. You noticed it before, but you kind of just thought it was the stirring of the water. And what you think is that there's a gas leak, and it's filling this whole building with propane.
Shoot.
Let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here. Do we yell back up to the guy?
No, we don't. This whole building now. This isn't like an apartment building. It's just a restaurant.
Just a 2-story restaurant.
We only have 2 seats in the kayak, but he has our food and a pistol.
We can find food elsewhere. There's probably canned foods at a grocery store or something.
It's America. There's guns everywhere, right?
That's right. We'll probably find a gun on one of these zombies. I know Harlan carries a pocket knife usually.
Hello. Funny story. I took carry-ons on the plane, and I did not do this purposefully whatsoever, but I didn't even realize that my bag has like a foldable pocket knife, like a huge one. And the weird thing is, I went through security.
Yeah.
And they flagged it, and they like pulled it in front of me, and they went through the bag, and they're like, I guess they must, because there was also a camera in the bag, and they're like, is everything good? And I was, because I didn't even remember, I was like, yeah, it's all fine. And he's going through the bag with like plastic gloves, and he's like going through it, and he's like, okay, clear, clear, clear. And then it wasn't until we were sitting in the terminal, my wife and I, and she was like, I wonder why they flagged this bag. She went through, she pulls it out, and it's like a huge knife. And I was like, holy crap, they totally missed it. So I'm going to show you how, because the bags are here.
Wow.
I know. I didn't even notice either.
That does not give me a lot of faith. I'm sorry.
Isn't it scary?
Hey.
Was this
That's right.
Canadian customs or American customs?
This is the knife.
Let's see.
Oh my God, Harlan!
I'm not even kidding. It's huge.
Oh.
I didn't even know. It was in the bag. I totally
if you
forgot.
work in customs or some sort of security department, please, I hope you're not that person that let that.
Isn't that scary?
That is very scary. That scares me.
That's the size of my. I know. Good thing I did. Well, good thing I'm not a freaking psycho, because it would have been very easy.
Yeah.
But no, and just in case there's any TFSA people watching, I'm putting this back in my dad's luggage because he brought a non-carry-on home. Because I didn't do this purposefully. I honestly didn't even know it was in the bag. I was like, oh, like Holly knows. She was like, you didn't know you have that.
Oh man. All right. Well, David, I say we get the heck out of this building. And
okay.
So we hop back in our kayak and we head out.
And as you head out, passing the floating, utensils and things like that, you do notice a few things floating on the water, small little packets. They look like sugar packets at first, but as you approach, you do see they are actually a bunch of matchbooks, waterproof matchbooks.
Oh, okay.
Take them.
Yeah, we take them. We grab them very quickly with our quick reflexes.
Yeah, there's a few of them. No, they're not tough to get. You take about 6 of them.
Okay, great. And we light the place up as we leave.
I don't think that's us, David.
No, it's not.
He stole our backpack. Actually, it was Harlan's backpack that he stole, because I wasn't remembering mine.
So rude.
Yours is waterproof. Yours is a lot nicer.
Yeah.
So rude. It would only be this bag. There's a knife in it, at least,
Yeah, I know.
Oh, yeah, do we have the knife? Oh, no, we lost the bag.
No, we lost the bag.
Okay.
All right, well, yeah, let's keep going.
So you head back out
the whole time.
So you head back out to the street, and as you do, knowing that my body was there, you quickly look amongst the roof of the cars, and you spot the van we rented. The black van is only a few hundred feet, or a few feet, 50 feet, off to the side in the parking lot.
And it's covered in water?
It is submerged, yes.
Submerged. All right, well, you want to check it out?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. All right, let's go. So, we make our way there. I don't even have a paddle. I'm just like...
Yeah, let's go, and I go, okay, let's do it. But we go on the side where the current isn't as bad.
Yeah, so you quite easily make it now that you're off from the main kind of strip where the current's running between the two sets of cars. And you paddle over to the car, and you can see it again. I mean, it's pretty easy to get. There's maybe about this much space between the top and the doors, but all the windows are shut.
Yeah. We go over and we look inside to see if anyone or anything is in there.
Okay. So you look inside, and it does look empty, relatively. I mean, there are some things in there that you guys would have had on your persons, so to speak.
Yeah.
However, there does look like there's someone in the back seat.
You would be able to tell who.
You'd think. Let's find out. Who's in the back seat?
Oh, are you gonna roll to see who's there?
Well, bam! We got Zara.
Zara's in the back seat.
We have Chris's wife in the back seat.
Is she alive?
That I cannot tell you, friend.
Wow.
But I'm going to take a wild stab and say if she's in a submerged car in a parking lot by herself, she probably ain't doing that okay.
Guys, are you coming back? Guys, the water's getting pretty high.
Well, is all the water... Wait, I thought you said, like, in the other vehicle, the water hadn't gone all the way up.
No,
Like,
it's just by her feet in the car.
So
because it hasn't come out much.
There's a possibility that she's still alive. She just could be unconscious from lack of oxygen.
Possibly, yeah.
I say we, I don't know, open it up.
Chris
Is
would
it
want
possible?
Got it.
Yeah, let's open it up. Let's smash a window or something. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Well, maybe we can open a door a crack.
Is there a sunroof to this minivan?
Oh, good call.
Yes, there is. Do you know why there's a sunroof?
Because you guys have a sunroof?
No, because it was a good idea.
Oh.
It was a good suggestion, David. I like it.
All right, so we go over to the van, and who stays in the kayak?
I'll stay in.
Okay.
I'll take, are you gonna take the paddle? I'll hold on to the rearview mirror, or something.
Or something. Yeah, I guess you can hold on to something. Or should we both go up?
So as you're next to the van, you know, the water is almost black because you can't quite see under it.
Yeah.
It almost seems like like an oily type water. But as you're standing there, kind of deciding what to do, you do see fingertips dancing along the top of the car next to it.
Shit, this again. That's what I say to him.
Shit.
Okay. So what do we do, Justin?
Okay. Let's get on the top of the car.
Both of us? Do you
Yes.
try and pull the kayak on top of it as well?
I will hold onto the kayak. Yeah, I'll hold onto the kayak.
Okay, and I'll get on top and I'll smash the window with with my paddle. I take the paddle and knowing that it is a tempered piece of glass.
Didn't you lose the paddle?
No, we didn't lose the paddle.
Oh yeah, you just took the bag. Okay.
Yeah. I take the edge of the paddle and I hit it on the corner as hard as I can of the glass, hopefully causing it to shatter immediately.
Give me a strength roll.
Strength? What is strength? Dexterity or vitality?
Let's do dexterity.
That's a 3.
And I'm just going to give you just 1, no negative.
Okay. I did it logically, though.
You did it very logically.
I did it well. Because
You
I
did
know
it
my glass.
Very well.
I know
You
my
your
glass.
That should be one of your features. You know
Actually,
glass.
I know glass. Actually, it helps, probably. Okay. All right.
There you
Nice.
go. Success. So,
All right.
with a well-placed hit, the glass smashes, and the car, again, it kind of trickles down into the car. And as you do that, the fingertips dancing across the roof next to the car, the other car, you can see them kind of reach on top of the car, and slowly the body pulls itself from the water. And from the sound, from the shattering within the car, you see a stirring in the back seat. And simultaneously, David, as you're on the roof of the car, kind of looking in, and seeing Zara stir. And Justin, as you're watching this creature pull himself up from the far side of the car, you see, once again, the reunited Chris and his wife, Zara, as the zombified Chris pulls himself to the roof of an adjacent car, staring at you. And Zara leans forward, David, and slowly begins to claw at you.
Wait, so they planned it?
No. Get
So great. All right.
And David, as you are... No, we'll keep it on this first.
I go, shit! Not that loudly, actually. I gotta go.
David, the realist.
I say, get back in the kayak.
Back in the kayak.
Yeah.
And as you get back in the kayak, quickly running away from the terrible scene you see, the current starts picking you away again. A very slight current now that you're off the main beaten path. But you notice the building right next to yours, just through the corner of your eye as you start going back out down the main strip. Chris and zombified Zara reuniting once again on the roof of their car. You see something, and you hear something first. A very faint sound. And as you turn, you see on the roof of the building adjacent to the parking lot that you were just in, as you're drifting away from it, you see two figures. And in the flash of lightning, every inch of your body tightens as you see your wife standing on the roof of the building waving at you. And next to her you see Holly, because she survived it. And they're waving at you, and in the flash of lightning you see the look of fear on their face as they're pointing towards whatever you're drifting at.
And we look.
You do, but you don't quite see anything at first. It looks like some more roofs of cars. But again, through the lightning and thunder and now the rain which has started up again, it just seems like it's a bit more muddy. Not much you can see.
So, wait, so where are they? So, like, we're going straight. They're to
You're
the
now
right of us?
drifting a bit apart. No, you're drifting a bit away from them, actually, now. You need to backtrack a bit, because the very slight current is starting to bring you away from them.
Can I, would I have time? Who would have a higher strength in this, me or Justin? Is there any way I could try and turn us around?
Of course, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I'll try and turn us around to go to, like, I would be overcome with, like, emotion.
Yes. You would have the power of love on your side. No, but Justin could, like, stick his hands in the water as well and kind of, like, try to stop it. Like, it's not, you know.
Yeah. I guess.
If you wanted to, Justin.
I wouldn't go like, Justin, stick your hands in the water, though. Because what could possibly be in there? Yeah.
No, I don't think I'd do that.
Yeah. I will try as hard as I possibly can to turn us around. To go back to the ladies.
Okay, perfect. So, you throw your paddle in the water and with all your might try to retch. And Justin, as you decide to not put your hands in the water, you also notice what David is turning the place around for. As you turn back and you see Holly and David's wife. But you also see them continually pointing in front of you, and you also with a perplexed look in front of you. And sure enough, what you mistakenly took as one of the roof of the cars opens its jaws, and before you two vicious-looking sets of teeth as a very large crocodile sits only a few feet in front of you and slowly drifts towards you with its mouth open.
Oh, come on.
So what you do with a crocodile?
I've heard this. You stick your dick in.
Yeah, you wait till they got their jaw closed, and then it takes just 2 fingers to keep their jaw closed. Now, if they start rolling, you got to hold on to them so that they don't whip you off. But it can be done. It can be done.
Sound logic? from an insane man.
But
So I'm just like,
I really hope that David turns us around right now.
So David, give me your roll.
I start pushing my hands in the water to help.
do we have any? Do we have any? Do we have any things at all left that we could, like, because Justin is in front of me, right?
Yes.
He could. Could I tell him to take one of my shoes off and throw it at it?
You can tell him whatever you want. Of course, you're there.
Say, Justin, take my shoe and throw it in his mouth or something, or at
Hey,
its
give me your
mouth.
shoe! Give me your shoe! Give me your shoe! Give me your shoe!
Yeah, and I just kind of motion my hand as I'm still my foot, and I.
Oh, right, yeah, I guess you're paddling. I grab his shoe, it slips off because it's so soggy and wet.
Yeah.
I throw it at the alligator.
Okay, so Justin, give me a dexterity roll, and David, I still want your strength roll.
Okay, fine. What is strength? Vitality or dexterity?
It's going to be dexterity.
Okay.
So give me that. Your reflexes won't help you in the strength category. So give me that with no negative. Just give me that. And Justin, give me that with a negative. 1 and 1.
Oh, shit.
So David, you with all your might, you try to halt it, but unfortunately the current is a bit too strong and your paddle's a bit too weak, and you're just a bit too weak. Which actually should be a negative feature I should be invoking more. So we'll just say that did not succeed. And Justin?
I succeeded. But
You succeeded. So, you throw the shoe at the crocodile in the dark, and it lands right in its mouth, and you also had a disadvantage. So you hit it, and then it goes, like, because it's a shoe, and it doesn't like shut it and like lock it forever, but I guess it's momentarily distracted. And in the shadows, you see Michelle and Harlan on the roof of a house, being like, "What the hell is it doing?"
Okay, all right.
That was a good idea. Yeah.
It was a great idea.
I say, David, you have more to live for, and I'm slowing us down.
Oh
and I
shit!
stand up.
Oh
I
shit!
jump at the alligator with my arms out like this, and I try to wrap my arms around it.
Oh yeah!
Around the mouth.
Okay.
And,
give me a
but I'm very
strength.
uncoordinated.
Give me a strength.
Dexterity?
Yeah, and 2 negatives.
And I go,
2 negatives.
All
right.
Actually,
there's
just for funsies, give me 4 positives and 6 negatives. Because why not?
So these are my positives. 1, 2, 3 are all successes.
Nice.
So
6 negatives.
So 6 is canceled.
Okay. Just cross them out as you do.
5 is good. Is bad. 2 is canceled. 6 is still good because there's only 1 6 before, right? Or is that canceled?
No, 6 still exists.
Okay. So this is canceled, sorry. 2 still exists now. And 1 is canceled.
Did you do that right?
Oh, 1 is canceled. Sorry.
Yeah,
so we've
1
got
is...
5, 6, and this 2 are still good. We've got 1 success and 2 failures.
So you have a
Those are
success
success.
and 2 failures. Okay. So, David, in the lightning and the thunder and the torrential downpouring rain, you see Justin turn back towards you. Justin, what do you say?
I say, you've got more to live for. Go to her.
And you stand on the roof or the tip of the kayak and you dive towards the crocodile, who, with the aid of the shoe, which just snapped its mouth moments before, you grab it and you quickly turn around so that you're in front of it and you hold the thing shut. And with all your might, you snap its neck. And the crocodile lifelessly floats away as you turn back towards David and you go like this. Before being consumed by zombies, you start biting all over your skin, and you get wrecked away very slowly. And you're like,
damn it.
yes.
I was
David,
hoping the crocodile would kill me.
I know, but zombies are more fun. David, you turn around. Eventually, using the distraction advantage, you paddle to the roof of the building where you're reunited with your wife and my wife, who finds out that I wasn't dead, and the two of us go on vacation to Mexico the next year, and we make all new friends. Thank you guys so much for being with us tonight. We had a blast. This was not Star Wars, for those of you who might have noticed. A couple quick shout-outs. First off, I do want to say that I hope Chris and his dad are okay. So, Chris, please let us know if you're okay. And Justin, if you hear anything, let me know on Facebook, because I do not have access to my cellular stuff.
Yep, will do.
I want to do a quick, huge thank you to Aisha, as well as every single person who posted. That's Gabe, Evan, Dustin. I'm going through them all right now. There's tons of them. I will say I think I used the most ideas from Daniel, I believe. I believe so. Daniel, I think I used the most of your ideas. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say 5 XP to Aisha for doing the whole post. Because thank you. It's always great to be able to rely on something. I'm going to say 5 XP for Daniel, because I used, I think, 2 of your ideas. And I will say 1 XP, actually 2 XP to every person who also submitted a legitimate idea in that post. So, rather than giving Justin the difficult task of counting, everything, if you can just go ahead and let us know somehow. Justin will make a post and just say, like this post if you submit an idea or something. It's just easier. Or he can count. I don't really care.
Yeah, I'll count. I'll go through it. I'll count.
Perfect. But again, thank you guys so much. It makes pickup games like this so much easier when you guys help out, and it's also fun to see your ideas. But I will say, Daniel had the idea about the man, I think, the shotgun, the kayak being bumped into like the main street and the rooftops and all that kind of stuff. So well done, man. It was a very fun game. This is how much I wrote. Let's go through it together. So we have the end of the world, Florida. I have canal systems, alligators that are zombified, which didn't actually come to fruition. Plane crash, which also didn't come to fruition. Trust, lighthouse shoreline, which was a great idea by Bob, which I didn't really get. It didn't work in. Blind zombie, sensitive to movement, one hit was also a great idea by, I think, Gabriel, the new guy. Or sorry, not Gabriel, Gerard. I think that might have been his idea. It was a very good idea too, but that would have been, if they went to the garage, that would have been where that got introduced, but they didn't. Supermarket, that was someone else's, and zombies don't float. That was actually mine. More so because you guys were coming across my body, and you're like, this is a zombie, and I was gonna be like, so far all the zombies that I put in, they sink, they walk along the bottom. So you should have known if you knew your lore for Harlan's game. That was it. So I gotta say, I think we put on a pretty good game for that much information.
Very nice. Thank you, Harlan, for whipping that together last night.
Yeah, no kidding.
But that's a huge thank you to David and Justin as well for being such great players and always open to great ideas and stuff like that. So that was tonight. Thank you guys so much for being here. Again, sorry we did not put on Star Wars. We will start fresh next week, Star Wars. So no worries about that. And make sure you check out those community missions that Justin's putting together, because if you guys don't help us out, you might crash land on Ebra.
Actually, before we go, you guys succeeded at the last mission, and you guys are going to be earning some good experience points. So I'm going to roll that throughout the week, and then let you know how much you'll be earning.
Yeah, Evan did make me burp. Very slightly, sorry. But yeah, no, I didn't mean to shit over Justin's last point there. That was also a very good point. I just read
What was the point?
Don't do this! That you guys earned some experience points, so that's going to be reflective next week.
Yeah, it will. Yeah, close enough.
But yes, sorry, I get distracted very easily. Okay, no, but thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you all for watching along. Thank you to us for these two guys for playing with me. And one more clap for everybody. have a great week. Have a fantastic weekend. We're going to see you Wednesday. And anything else you guys have to say?
Just keep doing what you do.
Keep doing what you do. And don't worry, David is going to interact more on the stream. I told him to. He's going to start talking to you guys. He's going to start. If you have questions for Dave, you just post them. You just say, "Hey, David, what's going on, man? What's your bra size? Just let us know." All right. Have happy weekend.
Disadvantages. Sorry.
That's an advantage. All right. Have a great weekend, guys. Thank you again, and have a wonderful night. As Chris says, see you around the table.